Episode 4.
Back again.
Back again.
Off to a good start. Good
Noodle
start.
back.
I was telling everybody before the show, I was like, I have no jokes today, so we're gonna see how this falls.
And it's
So-
horrible.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Tusk Noodle Shop. We do a D&D stream every Wednesday night, mostly, asterisk. So tonight we are running the Mythic Odysseys of Theros No Silent Secret adventure. This is from the official source book. We decided we wanted to try it out, see how it goes. We are 4 episodes deep now. I think we're honestly, guys. I think we're close to the end of this planned adventure. I'm gonna have to actually start doing some DM working and seeing where I could take the campaign from here.
No more giant snakes.
No, what are you talking about?
I'm sure there won't be any more.
Yeah, no, 0 snakes, right? 0 snakes or snake people. Probably no people with snake hair. No snakes at all.
People with snake weapons like the Yuzong Bong from the
Oh.
What about
Mm.
Solid Snake?
Ooh, yeah.
Solid
you know,
snake.
He's all right.
We were
he
just
wants-
talking to. Go ahead again.
Oh yeah, no. Well, me and him are Twitter friends, and by that I mean David Hayter once liked the tweet that I tweeted to him.
That is
We're-
awesome.
That's like being there.
You
That
should
is
comb your hair
famous.
with a. You should comb your hair with a knife.
I should, right? Like,
You know, like Guile.
We were just talking before the stream started about maybe we can leverage all these random tweets that are liked by famous people. Like for instance, Mandy. Tell your story, Mandy. What happened to you this week that changed your life?
I was reading a Twitter thread regarding like best stories related to songs that you are fans of, and someone referenced the Spin Doctors song Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, about how the lead singer had written the song about his stepmom because she said he would never amount to anything. That person had tagged him in the tweet, and he replied and said yes, and no one else had responded. It had just happened. So I replied to him and said that album was the first CD that I ever owned. I got it for Christmas when I was 11. And he responded and was like, "Oh, we got lucky with that one." And I was like, my 11-year-old self was overwhelmed with
You were like, oh my, I have the vapors.
5 seconds of vapors.
So basically, what we're saying is this stream is famous now. So
we're all famous. So.
you guys you're in early.
Does
I
that
was
mean
once
I need
one
to get a
table-
Twitter.
It's true. You didn't need a Twitter. Gina and I were once one table over from Bob Saget as a jazz kitchen.
True.
So we're basically cast members of Full
Celebrities.
House. Yeah.
I served a large fries and a large chocolate shake to Kevin Smith in the drive-thru of McDonald's
I bet a lot of people have that story.
by Disneyland. And it was like the day I had watched Chasing Amy, like that day before I went to school, or before I went to work. And then, but the problem was that none of the like people I worked with knew who he was.
Who the
So
fuck?
I was like freaking out by myself. But yeah,
So yeah, long story short, famous, right?
Famous.
It's
Real
famous.
fame.
we're like,
This is what you have when you live the crazy life in LA adjacent Orange County, you know? Like this is what happens. You're just running into famous people right and left, you know? All right, guys. So let's do a little recap of last week. Oh, go ahead, Sarah. What do you got?
Oh no, I was gonna say. So we need to get like a write-in thing, or like a little what is it what is that website where you get electronic signatures? My God, am I 1,000 years old?
what is it
I
called?
need-
Oh, every one of you suck. Every one of
Oh,
them.
Yeah.
change.org.
Yeah, I was thinking something different than change.org, because I was going to say that one of our listeners should put together some sort of petition where you've got Joe Manganiello. He's going to be like the seventh person.
I'm down.
Yes.
Let's get him. Let's get Felicia Day. Let's get Vin Diesel. Whoever.
Channing Tatum.
C dates.
Oh, well, I mean, you know.
Old news.
Yeah, that's old news. We're
He
like,
did
oh,
come
we're,
to
like
our party.
we're pretty much best friends with Channing
Right.
Tatum,
I feel like
so,
it should be easy to get him to play.
yeah, no. You hear that, Channing? The people
the
are
back.
calling. They need you here.
I'm gonna put a link to my Channing Tatum conversation in the chat. Have a recording.
Secrets.
All right, guys. So let's do a little quick recap, and then we'll kind of move on to this D&D game that we pretend we run once a week, right? So last week, our heroes began the adventure discovering that one of their own party members was actually king of the Minotaurs. And that was Fury after he completed the trial of the Broken King, Antigonos. So someday that may come into play. Who knows, right? Uh, After that, our party had a very strange encounter with a woman in the middle of the wilds, and it turned out this woman may or may not be a god or an avatar of a god that seems to have taken a peculiar interest in our party. So, that may or may not come up. Huh?
Sure won't.
It was snake heavy, so if you were not a fan of snakes, episode 3 is not going to be your favorite. But
It was a snake forward one. Very snake forward.
after the encounter with that supernatural being, our party moved on toward the Court of Orestes, or the location that they believed that the Court of Orestes lay in, and they found it. It was in a riverbed that was drying up, and as they approached the door, lo and behold, they were attacked by some giant snakes.
It was horrible.
No more snakes.
I know, they were two-headed snakes also. They had snakes on their heads and snakes on their butts.
Double the
And
snakes.
Water did not get you high at all.
No.
So,
Oh no, it totally did. It's just in a horrible, horrible way.
yeah, did anybody drink the water outside of the Court of Orestes to see if it was any different?
Well, it was filled with blood.
Well, that's true.
no, not right now. No.
I'm just saying, if you're going to act with
Yeah.
a scientific mind, you got to test all the water sources for hallucinogens,
I don't think
Sounds
drinking
horrible.
snake blood water is science.
All right, so let's start this thing, huh? All right. Let me move us over. Also, tonight we are experimenting with a feature of Roll20 that I've never played with before, but I think it's going to be fun. And it's called dynamic lighting.
Oh,
All right, let's pull this bad boy up.
might.
Can you guys see that?
Assuming I have to scroll. Hold
You got to zoom in.
It's in the
And
bottom.
it's going to be in the bottom.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I see these
Snake boys.
amphibianas.
Yeah, so you can see
Oh.
those
Snakey boys.
Amphisbaena, the snake boys, the two-headed snake boys.
Snakes on their butts.
Did that
We
come
kill
up?
them.
Oh, yeah, I gotta turn off this ad. All right, 1 second.
Sounds as though we're about to walk into like a cake song.
Okay, so
That was a
You
big
have-
stretch from the Alpha Beta song. Never mind. Sorry.
I just assumed because cake is weird. That's what it was for me.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, as we all learned from Pandora, everything becomes cake at some point.
eventually becomes cake.
It's always. cheap
So
and-
our party finds themselves outside of the Court of Orestes, or what they believe may be the Court of Orestes. It's on the
Wait,
Kistanos
you mean it might
riverbank.
not be?
Yeah. What the hell, Bill?
Could be the Court of Miracles.
Yeah, who knows, right? Maybe
Where
we'll
it's a
run into,
miracle. Get out alive.
Da-da-da-da.
what's that character's name? It's
Yeah,
Oh.
Jester
Clopan.
guy.
Clopan.
Clopan.
Clopan. There was a period of our life where we were really into that movie, and we threw
Yes.
our friend a surprise birthday party like 2 months ahead of his birthday, and it was Hunchback of Notre Dame themed.
That is
I saw Bill perform all of Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame in our kitchen before I saw the movie.
Yeah,
I've seen Bill perform Hunchback of Notre Dame semi-clothed. So
True.
I think I win. I win.
semi-clothed. I win.
Okay, so here we are. I'm going to remind you about just kind of what's going on here, right? So you're in this area where it's a shallow stream, and it fills only a fraction of the riverbed. At this bend, there's an unnatural arrangement of mud-caked stones jutting from the exposed riverbanks. And there appears to be some sort of crude stone lintel and posts supporting a rectangular slab roughly 4 feet wide and 6 feet high. It was up to Fury and Nicandros to put their strength together, their mighty strength together, to lift this large stone slab out of the way and reveal what appears to be some sort of crypt. The scent of warm, humid rot kind of smothered this chamber, and when you opened the door, it just kind of released it to where you were, right? You felt this sort of rush of just kind of wet, warm air.
Unsubscribe.
And
It's almost lunchtime.
Looking inside, you can see that there's a thick layer of mud that covers the floor. Because, based off just kind of looking around, it's obvious that this door was, several feet underwater at the, river's height when it was not dammed up. So,
And
what's the
that's where
plan?
we end. Oh, sorry.
That was a great session.
Everyone level up to level 5,
It
please.
Yeah.
smells great in there.
I believe I should move first into the tomb should there be any great dangers. Also, I can see in the dark really well.
That
I
would
can
be
also see in the dark, so I'm gonna walk up with you.
I believe I should not be first because I can't see in the dark and it smells real bad.
Put my
Well,
paw on Sear's back and I say, well, fish and cats are natural friends.
Yes, yes, they are. With an uneasy gulp.
that sounds about right.
Okay, so, party members, this map here is using that dynamic lighting feature. So if you have dark vision, please let me know right now and I will set it up for you. I think I set up Nicandros.
I can't see at the moment.
Oh, you cannot see.
No, if I move here, I can't see anything.
Okay, if I move here, I can't see. If
I
move
can
here, I
see.
can't see.
You
If
can?
move...
You set mine up. I can see Nicandros's icon at this point.
Oh, I don't have dark vision.
Sorry, babe.
Okay, hold on.
That's not
I
a
can see like the hallway. If I'm in it, it's moving around.
Okay, Nicandros, what is your dark vision?
60 feet.
60 feet.
Same as mine.
Does it have a drop off or no? Like for like dim light or anything like
I
that?
believe so. No, I'll double check it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Mine is
Nope.
mine is locked. I get 3 squares.
Okay, can you see that now, Nicandros?
It's like being in prison, 3 squares. Yes.
Okay. Seer, what is yours at?
60.
60
I think
for
everyone's
the
60 unless you're
Triton.
Like, wow.
Okay. All right, Seer, you should be able to see also. Is
I
that
can
true?
see it all now. Yes.
Okay, streamers, I think I put you to see Nicandros because he had the most vision. So if you are watching us on Twitch right now, you are seeing what Nicandros can see.
You know who is watching us on Twitch? Earl. What's up, Earl?
Hey, Earl,
Notice.
what's
Hey,
up?
Earl.
My man.
Earl sings my favorite
I
version
don't-
of David
Oh.
the Gnome.
Oh, Earl. So we listened to that David the Gnome video probably 100 times because Mandy loves David the Gnome. And I just got 1,000 channel points in your channel. So literally at some inopportune time, we're going to force you to sing it on stream.
Yeah.
So just want to let you know.
Eh,
Get-
Also,
get-
Earl, if you could send us a link to the I am not throwing up my shot, because now that I've seen Hamilton, I finally get that joke. Remember he made that video for Thanksgiving Day?
Yes,
yeah.
that was a Thanksgiving golden miracle.
Like, I assumed it was hilarious because Earl was hilarious, but now I really want to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inside joke portion of the stream. None of you, outside of 1 or 2 people, will understand what the hell we're saying, but feel free to laugh along as though you know what you're talking about.
No, we literally lost a viewer during that, so I apologize.
But also, if you guys are in our chat right now, Earl, he streams he's been streaming more and more lately. And if you love the smooth sound of a voice that is as smooth as a gravy sandwich, you should check him out. And also, his gameplay is pretty good too. So,
It's great.
all right, so here we are.
Can I ask a point of clarification?
Yes,
um,
Chris.
How come Nicandros' 60 is more than my 60? You said Nicandros has more vision than
Just
anybody.
put
You
forward.
shouldn't.
I'm just joking with you.
Or
It was,
5
I was going back like 5 minutes before the inside joke portion when you're like, Nicandros has more vision than anyone else. And I'm like,
Oh,
60
sorry.
equals 60, I thought. But, maybe I'm wrong.
No, honestly, it was
I'm
'cause
just
after
a lowly Triton. Look at me.
after the stream last time, I set it up so that the player token that I use follows his
Follows it.
Nicandros.
Follows
yeah.
Nicandros. Yes.
Okay, so
Oh.
let's get back to D&D. Remember that game that we sometimes play? All right, so here we are. We got Seer and Nicandros heading in.
Hey.
What's the rest of the party doing?
Well, I'm gonna follow them because
Not helping. I can say that.
well, I don't want to stand by the snake with the snake on his butt, and also I can't see in the dark, so I kind of rush, I rush into the hallway a little bit, and I kind of run into Nicandros, and I tell him, "Can I just keep my hand here on your furry arm because I'm a little afraid of the dark."
Of course, I shall guide you through this darkness. But if we have a lantern or a torch, it may be wise for our less, differently gifted friends.
I have a torch.
I
Okay.
turn to Rhea and I say, I will take up the back with a torch in case anything comes from behind to kill us, so I can kill it first.
Like giant
Oh, I thank you.
Okay, so tell me who is going to be lighting a torch?
Me.
I'm gonna hand it to one of the people that doesn't have dark
I'm-
vision.
Okay, so wait. I think
Okay.
Fury is going to be behind me with a torch. So I don't
Yeah.
think one.
Okay, Fury, what is do you know the range on a torch?
I just checked because I knew I would need it. It's 20 in a 20-foot radius. It's bright light, and an additional 20 feet after that, it's dim light. If that matters.
Yeah, so I think I do it 40, and then I put 20 in the second box, I think. And then I say all players can see your light because you are a torch. Who else has a torch?
Beautiful.
I
Well,
have one I can hand to someone if they'd like it.
yeah,
Let's-
I'll take it. I'll carry your torch, Seer.
Okay, so we'll put one on Calliope also.
I mean, I'm between two people with torches, so I don't know that I would need one of my own.
It's odd to me that that's not showing everybody's torches, though. Hold on the stream. What does it look like to you guys, to players who, you know?
I can see that I'm in a small room. Seems there's a door to my north and a hallway that may be a staircase.
Hold on, there's a way I can see what you see, I think.
To
I
the
think it's
east.
Control L or something. Oh, yes, I see now. And then... I wonder if it's because people are in the way. Hold on one second.
Oh, like, do I block it?
That's a good question that I
What,
don't know.
line of sight?
Like, do I block the light?
I don't
No.
know.
Tokens
Either-
don't, unless they're like set in a very specific way. I think.
Like a wall or something.
Yeah. It has to be like a separate light thing. So tokens shouldn't.
But it's weird because looking at this, like if I look at... No, I guess Ray, I can see it. I guess it's just weird because I don't remember how I set up the stream to see. That's like the
It
reality.
looks like, I mean, they kind of see what I see. I don't know if that's just coincidence.
I don't remember. Let me look. 1 second.
Hi, stream. We're trying out a new thing, so
Yeah, we're just you know
know,
I don't know
please-
if you've ever tried the if you've ever tried Roll20's dynamic lighting, you would know that this is what's going on.
yeah. Let us
How-
know if you have any advice. Or
Yeah, that would.
tips.
How did I do? I do not remember how I made. Oh wait, I think I know what I did. I think I need to. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I think I need to make everybody controllable by me and my player.
Oh.
I think that's gonna help. Let's see. We're gonna see right now. Anybody watching the stream?
If you're watching this,
Tell me if like the vision begins like growing as I'm running some changes.
It still looks like what I see. It did crash. I had to refresh it. It always does that like once a stream. I don't know why it does that.
It's rude.
So, Chris, do we have any sponsors today?
Yeah, Chris. This is your job, right? That's why we brought you on here.
it is totally my job to bring in non-existent sponsors to sponsor our stream. So tonight is brought to you by the Index Card Council. The Index Card Council, making things just close enough to a post-it note, but not quite sticky, and it won't fall down on the ground and stick there and be all yucky and disgusting, but it will slice your finger as quick as possible, and it's going to be one of those cardboard cuts. The Index Card Council.
All right, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Okay, we got it. I figured it out. I made my my player account see all of your tokens now. So if you're watching on stream, you can actually see what everybody can see based off their own vision. Okay, so here we are. Let's talk about this room now that we figured out this whole lighting thing, right?
Yeah.
So So, like I said, right, it's very warm, it's very humid. There's that rot that's just kind of smothering the entire chamber. It's got that Pirates of the Caribbean kind of
Mhm.
smell, but like mixed with like food that you've like left out too long. But looking with, just sort of like investigative eyes, you can see what, kind of what this place once was. There's mosaics covering the walls, but their colors have faded and their images are scrambled by lost tiles. Um, the floor on the ground, like I said, is covered in mud. There's a set of stairs that descends to the east, and a large stone slab blocks the way to the north. Looking at the ground and the mud, you can see several pieces from this mosaic, tiles that have broken off over the years, are mixed in the mud.
Hmm. So,
Seer, oh, go ahead.
sorry, what is this? Did I miss this?
That is, there's stairs that are going to the east. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Oh,
no,
sorry, that's a large mosaic, but it's
that's okay.
yes, sorry. That's against the western wall is a large mosaic. It's faded from, but you could tell at one point it must have been colored with paints that were very vivid because even in its fading, you can pick out bright reds and yellows and blues, and there's tons of broken tiles. So it's indecipherable in its current state. Now there are tiles on the ground. There's old pieces, but from where it is right now, you can't really tell what's going on.
This room design is brought to you by Tile Depot. Tile Depot.
Seer,
Yes.
as
That's
you
me,
look
I
around
think.
the room, you see the same thing, the same kind of, rotting, decrepit crypt that I've been describing. Except over your vision, you start to see like some glimmering of light, and you realize that these mosaics are, while completely, you know, like falling apart and faded, you in your mind's eye begin to see them form their original pictures. And in these mosaics that cover the wall, the largest being on the west, you see um, these feats, and in each one of the scenes, there's one man, and from some of the scenes that you see and some of the words that are kind of woven into the mosaics, you think that this might be, you know, um, depicting acts of Orestes. So you see, Orestes, he's portrayed stealing the sun from above the polis of Setessa. He's seen tricking a Cerberus into devouring itself, stealing the heart of a kraken, and racing a skiff ahead of the river guide, Aethrios, who guards the underworld. And while these mosaics are ruined, you can kind of see them for just a few seconds. You see them in their glory before your vision fades back to this broken, faded crypt that you guys are in right now.
I do my best to take as much mental notes as possible concerning the feats that I saw, hopefully in the order that I saw them, and then turn to the group and I say, these tapestries, these paintings, they don't appear to be simply ruinous things that have been hung on the wall. I've seen specific things happen in the tatters, and then I go on to kind of give them a brief overview as to what you told me. Um, Stealing the sun, stealing the heart of a kraken, um, having a Cerberus eat itself. I missed two, I think.
And no, racing a skiff ahead of the river god Aethrios.
Racing a skiff ahead of the river god Aethrios. Anyone? I'd like to roll a. I'd like to roll an insight check.
Go ahead. What are you trying to incite?
Panic.
If there's if the attempt with me seeing it. Let me start again here. I can't seem to
Are
speak.
you trying to roll an insight check against the DM right now?
I am.
What is words?
I am. I want to. I'd like to see if Shit. I don't care. Never mind. Pass.
I don't trust
want-
Phil either, for the record. So.
Seer,
I'm gonna roll an acrobatics check and do a pirouette and say, "Ta-da!"
Chris,
Glorious.
you can roll a knowledge religion if you want to see if any of this kind of,
Yeah,
You know.
let's do that.
let's do it.
That's a 17.
So you know that Phoenix, right, is a god that is worshipped by scoundrels and oracles and thieves and tricky people. And so if this crypt is truly for a devout follower of Phoenix, if Orestes was truly a champion of Phoenix, these types of feats seem like the kind of things that Phoenix would appreciate.
Would appreciate or would tell false tales
Well-
of actually having done them.
Phoenix is is not above lying, obviously, right? He has trickery in his domain. But in a great question, Chris.
And
I would
remember,
s-
I have a little extra knowledge in
Mhm.
this area.
I would say, that Phoenix, is not above lying, right, and enjoys a good trickery, but also these kind of feats, right, stealing the sun, escaping the underworld, stealing the heart of a kraken, tricking a Cerberus into eating itself. I mean, these are the kinds of things that if you were able to do those things, Phoenix would definitely, bring like favor to you.
Awesome.
And he would not bring favor to you if you lied about those things. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Whatever I can potentially impart upon the rest of the group, I'd like to do that. I'm not as eloquent as I could be at the moment to try to actually RP it, so everyone gets the hint. Good. Thank you.
I'm gonna go roll insight on everything he just.
No. Insight fails. Nobody else gets to roll insight here.
When we used
Put
to
your
play
no. Yeah, put your damn dice down, Gina. It's done. We're done.
when we used to play Cybersphere, we used to call that the describes conversation move, right? Where you I just described the conversation that I just had. Does that work?
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so here we are in this musty crypt, and Seer has just revealed that he sees some things in this mosaic that, Rhea, Calliope, Nicandros, Fury, you don't see that. You see, a faded mosaic, broken tiles, but, I mean, you don't see any pictures. Like, you believe that it could look that way if it was reconstructed or if, in its original composition, but you do not see that.
I'm gonna go over to the tiles and try to look really closely at all of them. I'm like waiting for my turn to see the pictures.
I am, while she's doing that, going to cast prestidigitation on myself to make myself smell strongly of something delicious.
Peanut butter
pancakes.
cookies.
It smells awful in here, you
Vanilla?
guys, I say. And as I do that, the hints of
Lemon.
Oh, Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Oh,
Coffee.
Jasmine.
take a number, I say. And then they can all
Bath and Body
smell
Works
the
strawberry
scent of,
lotion.
like cinnamon and like maple just wafting off of me.
It smells like breakfast food in here.
Yeah.
I'm very hungry.
Get your own powers, I say. And I just move out of the way so that Rhea can come and examine.
Anybody within a
Mosaics.
5-foot radius of Calliope just smells smells a buffet breakfast whenever they get dinner.
Nice.
I pick her up and devour her.
And
Better than the stink of death.
and anybody within 10 feet's like, why did you waste a spell slot? Sorry, I'm screwing with you. I know that's not going to waste one.
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Yep, you got them. They're unlimited.
True.
But it's definitely not ever going to be used on Jasmine now, I say. I lost your
Aw.
order.
Damn it. I know that Bill likes Jasmine too. All right. Well,
Night blooming.
so can I nope.
Nope. Okay.
I'm moving down the stairs a little. I've got my shield.
Candros,
Oh, you're moving down?
don't leave me.
I'm not like
Okay.
leaving. I'm just kind of going to the bottom of the stairs and taking
Okay.
taking a
See,
peek.
you guys see
I'm not
Nicandros.
leaving. I'm just walking away.
Well, I follow him.
I don't wanna
'cause
be
I'm
here
still
and-
holding on to his tufty fur.
It's very tough.
Smells like crap in here again.
So you guys notice Nicandros start heading down the stairs to the east. Those of you without, dark vision just see him walk off into the darkness. Calliope races behind him, and she has a torch, so it definitely lights the way as she does. Nicandros, as you get to the bottom of the stairs, actually, maybe as you get like halfway down the bottom of the stairs, you realize that the water level at this area has not quite gone down to 0 yet. And by the time you're towards the bottom of the stairs, you're probably in like 2 feet of water.
Great.
Oh,
So
wow.
depending on your height, that could be like shin height, or for Calliope, maybe like, I don't know, almost waist height, right? By the time you get to the bottom there.
I don't think she's that short. Are you that short?
No.
Well, she's like 5 foot
And you're
something,
short,
right?
No?
I'll
like
I'll walk
I'm
behind.
like 5'1", I think.
5'1". So
Yeah.
2.5 feet is half her, right?
I have a
Fair
long torso.
Okay, so Nicandros, as
Yeah.
you get to the bottom here, you notice a larger room, and this larger room, the stairs descended into what appears to be some sort of burial chamber, and the floor is partially flooded. It's very muddy water. You cannot see below the surface of this water, but you can feel that, it's like getting deeper as you move in. There's ancient stone walls that seem to be dividing up catacombs, and many seem to be lined with grave niches holding, just from the few that you can see from this angle, holding roughly humanoid shapes wrapped in some sort of tattered linen. As you kind of get to the bottom and kind of peer around the room, you can see that more than one of those grim parcels is floating freely in the stagnant water itself.
Yeah.
And you could just barely see, I don't know if you can look to the north there. Do you see that the wall has caved into the north? Do you see
Yeah,
that?
I can see that it opens here or here, and I can see a little bit of this, like a sliver.
Yeah, here, I'm moving the stream one so they can kind of see a little bit. Okay, Fury and Rhea, you guys are still in the original antechamber. Rhea, you are not seeing that picture manifest no matter how hard you try.
I'm like on my hands and knees, dusting off the tile.
So
Like,
as
wait,
okay.
where'd everybody go? Who? Oh,
Good.
I am here.
So in that, as you're kind of like looking at the mosaic and looking at tiles, you realize there's several pieces on the ground, and you're pretty sure you could probably fit a couple here and there just from kind of matching them up using your puzzling skills.
yes. A
Fury,
puzzle sounds like the perfect thing to do right now.
I'm gonna need about an hour, guys, maybe 2.
Yeah. You go deal with the corpse water. I'm gonna make this puzzle.
The corpse water. There's our subtitle for tonight: corpse water.
Mhm.
Fury, you're up near that stone door, and it's very similar to the stone door that you entered from. It is a large stone slab, and it doesn't seem to have any hinges, but you believe, just like the door that you guys entered from, you could probably muscle it open by kind of sliding it aside.
I turn to Rhea. Should I open this door, or should I not? I point to it.
Do you
With
think
my
there's
axe.
more tiles behind it?
Maybe. You want to see?
Then yes.
Okay. I promptly move over to it, and I check to see how heavy it is
Okay.
first.
You kind of give it a little shake, and you realize it is pretty heavy. Just like you would probably guess, it's very similar to the one that you opened to get into the Court of Orestes. Maybe a little less even. It's probably a little less thick.
Rhea, do you have like a little known skill in terracotta that we're all unaware of?
No, I just am really focused on this puzzle.
I peek down to
Becoming-
my side, or to my back, which has the giant bag, the big bag of dirt. I move it over a little, and I whisper into it. Should I open this door, plant man?
Hey Rhea, roll a
Wait,
roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Please roll something high so we can finally know about this.
Well, and it didn't like go all the way. There we go. Okay. Perception is 6. It is not high.
Yeah.
Did you say
Sorry.
6?
6.
Okay.
Oh.
Ray is like so focused on this mosaic. She's, she heard Fury kind of grumbling at the door to the slab to the north, but she was just so focused on this puzzle. It's really consuming her thoughts right now. So Fury, you lean in and you whisper. What do you whisper to the bag?
I ask the bag and kind of open it a little so he can see the door. Should I open this door, friend? Plant friend?
He like kind of peeks his head out. For those of you who are new here, Fury has a bag, and in this bag is maybe I don't know, a foot or two of cubic earth, and in this bag is a living mandrake root. And this living mandrake root peeks his head out of the bag for a second, and like looks around the room, and then he looks at the slab, and he turns to Fury and says, "For every door is an opportunity." And then he goes back into the bag.
Thank you, friend. I should name you at some point.
You should pick the name of one of those Facebook inspirational people.
He sticks his head out of the bag and he says, "I have a name."
Oh, what's your name, friend?
He says, "You couldn't pronounce it without having plant parts."
Murder
Is there an equivalent, or?
No, we don't really speak to members of non-plant races.
Oh, well, how about I give you an easy name for me to say? You're a little plant, like an herb, so I'll call you Herb.
Perfect.
He says, "I love it, thank you."
All right, thank you, friend. I then I stop talking to him as I close up the bag,
thank you, Herb.
and I start trying to open the door now. Considering I've gotten 2 confirmations from both Rhea and Herb now.
Okay, roll a strength check, Fury.
Do I need to help him? I can help him.
You don't need to, but it's up to you. You could if you want.
I ask if he wants help.
No, I've got this.
Okay.
I rolled a
That's good because
a 20, so that's 25.
Nice.
All right, so Nicandros, you're at the bottom of the stairs here, and you're kind of peeking out into the darkness. You do not see any light sources. It's clear that this tomb is, completely encased underground. But obviously using your dark vision, you're able to see. Calliope and Seer, same for you, right? You can kind of peek through Nicandros, but the flickering of Calliope's torch kind of makes it a little bit harder. But you can see, the distance that you can see, and you don't see any light sources. Calliope, you're just kind of seeing the flickering of that fire against the walls. But there's no movement in here. The only movement came from when you first stepped into the water and kind of sent some ripples through. But otherwise, it's dark and quiet.
Can I walk up next to Nicandros?
Yeah, you guys can. Well, yeah, it's like 5 feet.
Is it wide enough?
It's, tight because it's like 5 feet wide. So you're like standing next to somebody, but.
Or on top of at this point, sorry. So what do you say we head inside?
I agree. We should make sure that there aren't foul villains lurking in these waters.
I'd like to roll are there foul villains rolling in this water check?
Oh yeah, go ahead, roll it.
No, can I roll a detect magic?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you know what? While he's doing that, I will be doing a divine sense. So within 60 feet, I can detect good, evil, and the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
14.
Why did I say it like that?
Yeah.
Weird. That's odd.
Giving away the game there, buddy.
What'd you say, Seer? 14?
14.
What are you rolling?
I just rolled a die. It's a die 20.
No, but for what?
For fun.
for funsies.
Okay.
I didn't know we could do that. Okay. About
I
a
have
9.
That sucks,
Nicandrus,
you need your
I have
dice.
Nicandrus, I have a question.
Yes.
How does that work, like through like barriers?
Excellent question. Let's look, shall we? Presence of strong evil. You can open your awareness.
So if I put together any of this tile puzzle,
Okay. Within 60
One
feet
sec,
of
I
you, that
read.
is not behind total cover.
Oh, that's not behind total cover.
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys walk into the water, you're setting ripples. It's very muddy. Rhea, you have not quite put it, or no, I mean, you have not put it together yet, but you have found a couple tiles nearby that you put into pieces that are starting to like, you're like, oh, I do think there is some images here. You see, like, you put like two pieces together that looks like what might be like a Cerberus, which is like a multi-headed dog that are known to guard the underworld.
okay, good. I'm helping.
Nicandrus and Seer, as you enter the water, and Calliope, right, you're behind him.
Yeah.
From behind you to the west, you guys hear what sounds like stone on stone scraping. Fury, you open the door to the north, and that's where we're gonna end it tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
That was great.
I'm kidding, everybody. Don't leave the stream.
Come back.
Stone on stone action.
I was thinking the same thing.
All right, so Fury, you've opened up that door to the north. Inside, what you see is you see grave niches and alcoves holding funerary urns that are lining the walls of this small chamber. The ceiling in the northern part of the room has completely collapsed, right? It's buried much of the area, but at the center of this viewing room appears to be a large broken marble bier standing atop a short dais. And this, based up just kind of, common knowledge of the era, this room is very similar to rooms that you might see in a temple that serve as a place to view the remains of those who have died and offer final prayers, right? So if this was like a working, catacomb, that room would be the room where a body that was about to be interred would be, placed, and people could come and, leave offerings to them and things like that.
Neat. Well, I look in, look around a little, see what's inside, and then I turn to Rhea and I say, "This is one of those dead people rooms."
So I'm obsessively like puzzling. I didn't know there was a door that he opened a door, and I'm like, dead people. What are you talking about?
For like funerals and stuff. When people die. That.
Those corpse holes.
Behind there?
Yes, I just opened it.
Is there a dead person in there now?
Well, there's like urns and stuff. So kind of.
We don't need any of that, do we?
I
don't.
Aren't we collecting artifacts for that?
I don't know.
Says the guy with a living thing in a bag that he's carrying around. Yes.
Does that mean lady? She wanted stuff, didn't she? Right?
She did, right?
We wanted artifacts. I don't know if taking urns from their eternal place of rest would qualify as artifacts. Or
If you recall, she also gave you those gems. Do you recall?
Oh, the memory recording gems, right?
Yes.
But they were for recording conversations.
No, not conversations. Yeah.
Oh, like recording like
visuals.
A static picture.
Oh, okay. Then I walk into the room. I take that stone out and set my axe to the side for a second, and I say the keyword, which apparently I have it written down, and it's cheese.
It was, yes.
I do cheese. I say cheese.
I do cheese.
So as you do, the gemstone doesn't seem to do anything, but then suddenly you feel like a little slight vibration as you're holding it out, and then a very fast flash of light. And now the gemstone seems to have like a little like glowing ball of light within it.
Interesting. I look at it and I say, "Oh, that's neat." Put it away, take my axe, and go back into the other room. I got it.
He's the only one that has the gemstones, right? Or do we all have one?
We all
No, I
have.
think everyone
all-
has one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have mine. Okay. So I'm putting this tile stuff together. And if / when I have a completed picture, I'm gonna, take out the gemstone. I have these gemstone looking bags. I take
Okay,
out
so
the gemstone. Yeah.
based off your current progress, you think sorry, 1 second. Buffering.
Rebuffering.
You feel like based off your current progress, you've probably been working on it for about 10 minutes. You think you're about a sixth of the way there. You think after about an hour, you could probably piece the whole thing together based off the parts that you see on the ground.
Okay. Okay, then I will continue to work on that.
Nicandros, as you reach out with your what's it called? Divine sense?
Divine sense.
As you reach out with your divine sense, you're sending out your tendrils, feeling for celestials and evil devils and demons, but also undead. You sense the presence of undead here.
There are corpses here that do not sleep. Beware and hold fast.
Why must you talk in riddles?
It's more fun.
What does that mean? They don't. Are they angry? I don't.
I can just detect that they're here, not what they had for lunch. Okay. I'm sorry, my godly powers.
We're speaking of undead, correct? That's just. Let's want to make sure because they don't rest well.
Vampires eat. Ghouls eat. Do we want to go through this?
Oh, your mom eats. That's what I say. That's what
Are we in danger?
I heard she was a lion.
I actually detect a location within 60 feet.
No,
okay,
this is the
oh,
location.
It's there?
Right
okay.
there, yeah.
Then I shield up, turtle wall, spear.
But
and I
just want to clarify, you said if there's full cover, you don't see it, right?
Very true.
Okay. Just clarifying.
And I'm going to creep forward slowly. And I'm going to say back down the tunnel up the stairs. I believe I have found something dead that still moves. Beware.
Riddles.
We may have need of your arm, Fury, and your whatever you do, Rhea.
Ooh, getting to kill things is fun.
I'm gonna like kind of I put my hand on my rapier and I kind of follow behind him.
Wait, did I hear that?
Yeah, so from the east, you guys heard the booming voice of Nicandros warning you of possible danger down the stairs.
I say, God damn it, I'm working on a puzzle.
You do what you gotta do. I respect that.
Yeah, it's like wet down here anyway.
Does Rhea have a torch?
No, I don't think she does. Do you, Rhea?
Do I what?
You don't have a torch, do you?
I do, actually. I was between two people that have torches, but I do.
Would you like mine to help your puzzle so I can go down there?
Sure.
I hand it over.
Okay, let me give it to her instead.
This is my puzzling torch.
Honestly, this is kind of fun, the torch stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Nerd.
Yeah. Okay, so that means Fury does not have one anymore. Okay. All right, so Fury tosses his torch to Rhea, heads down the stairs. Nicandros, as you kind of move through this really tight catacombs, you can see like just to the north of you and just to the south of you, right, are, corpses wrapped in linen, but they're ancient. They're so old. You imagine that if you pulled the linen off, they'd mostly be skeletons by now. There are some floating in the water. Right in front of you, however, you don't see one. You just see that muddy water.
I'm going to start poking with my spear.
All right. As you approach within 5 feet,
black water, keep on rolling.
Don't you keep on shining on.
Oh, black water, keep. All right, that's enough. That's
Ew.
enough for parody.
What is that?
All right. So as you approach and get within 5 feet, the water bursts upward in a spray. But you were prepared for it because you knew like there was something there. And what emerges appears to be a Triton, a lot like your friend Seer. This Triton, however, its skin is incredibly pallid. Its scales are like falling off, and it wears a gold funerary mask that's very
Great.
Piscean in nature, right? So it's got like the little fins on the side, and it has like all its like kind of like the facial features of a Triton, but in that returned blankness, that like just dull face that you remember from Various and his attackers early on. And it leaps up out of the water with a spear. Everyone roll for initiative.
Yay!
Yeah.
Cock die. Worse.
You want it in chat? You want us to shout it out?
No, 1 second. Hold on. Let me just write this one down first.
11 plus math.
Eleven plus math equals
Science.
frustration.
Okay. If you think you have a high number, tell me.
19.
18.
Okay.
Okay, so 19 for Calliope, 18 for Rhea.
18.
Rhea and Seer roll off. Just roll a die 20 and tell me who gets higher.
1. I got a 1.
All right,
2.
Seer. Oh, wow, really, Rhea? That's funny. All right, who's
What's
next?
higher? Maybe me, 16.
16. Poor Nicandros. Sorry, Nicandros.
Nicandros is
I'm like last.
37.
And what are you, Nicandros? What do you got?
9.
A big 9?
Yeah.
9 for Nicandros. He's slow, but he's big and he's funny, and that's really all that matters.
That's
right?
all you.
That's all you need in life. Just be big and funny.
True.
That's what I try.
I'm killing the game.
That's what the ladies love. I don't know what to tell you.
Not just
Okay.
ladies.
So, 1 second.
What you drinking, Bobby?
This is a key lime la croix.
Very fancy. Admiral.
Okay, so
Favorite one.
first up is Calliope, I believe, right?
Indeed.
Calliope, what are you doing?
Well, I am going to leap. Is there not? Is there like space for me to kind of move ahead?
You can move through your party members,
Okay.
but you cannot land in your party member space.
Can I move into his space?
You cannot.
The-
Wait, whose space?
The villain.
The villain.
No, you can't land in anyone's space. Can you move through his space? I don't believe you can. Because they're defending their space.
Okay. Well.
Everybody notice how he said they're defending their space?
I
Uh-huh.
mean,
He did
yeah,
say
because
that.
they're gender neutral. That's why.
He is
I'd
defending
say
his
that-
space.
Nice.
That's appropriate pronoun usage.
Okay.
Very thoughtful.
Well.
I don't believe a damn word, but yes, it still would be appropriate
Right.
pronoun usage.
Well, I can't move through his space.
Whose space?
The villain's.
If you want to move through his space, I think you have to like rush him and like try to push through.
Okay.
Right? Because in D&D, like they are occupying that 5 feet
Is
of
that like
space.
an action? Do I have to do that as an action?
Uh,
Can I try to jump over him?
you want to try to leap over him?
Yeah.
Yeah. How high can you jump?
Very high.
Well, I can. I don't. How high can I jump?
Look at your mirthful leap.
I
How
think you
would
should.
How would I know that? Where
Well,
does it
it's going to
say
be a
that?
standing jump, right? Because
Yeah.
you can't. It's not going to be a running jump, so it's going to be a standing jump.
I
Well,
have a
I
speed
can
calculator
use
here.
mirthful leap.
What's your strength
to-
score? Sorry,
Calliope.
Calliope.
I like got in the runaround and like the system broke down. Okay. Here's what I know.
I think you should make her use the grappling rules from 3rd edition.
I can use
What's your strength score?
mirthful leap.
What's your strength score?
My strength score is 2
Thank you. No,
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 you
that's
mean a
not a
plus.
number.
plus 2.
What is your score?
27.
Eh,
Strength.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
27.
Those are all numbers. Those are all numbers. You're like 38, 48.
Are you just saying numbers?
Yes, I was. Okay, no. See, this is what happens when I roll highest in the order.
I know every
This
game
is
time.
is like
Every-
Calliope highest on initiative.
We even talked about it last time. I was like, next week I should like roll lower so I don't have to go first. My strength score is 15.
How tall are you?
I am 5'1".
Okay, so with a running start, which you can get because you can get 10 feet, you can high jump 2.5 feet off the ground.
I can jump 2.5
Off the ground.
Okay.
All of that for that depressing.
She
No,
might have
no,
something
it's fine.
special as a satyr.
It's fine because I can add a die 8 to that 2.5
In feet.
from a standing jump.
Okay, but
Well,
what are you trying to do? Because
Well, I want to get to him.
I know.
just wanna
Okay,
jump
but
ahead.
okay, listen to this, Calliope. He
Go.
is 10 feet away from you, right? You would have to travel 5, 10, 15 feet vertically or horizontally,
Plus high
and
enough to get over
plus higher enough to get over him.
Well, no. He could run through me, gaining.
Oh,
the
that's true. That is true. I didn't think about
Yeah.
it. Well, I don't know. Can you? Can you do a running jump through comrades?
If you can move through comrades, you can do it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That is true.
Communists are very, they don't exist much. So
So how high can you jump?
We're doing it live. 2.5 feet.
Plus,
Plus.
Well, I didn't roll because
mirthful leap. Mirthful
wasn't
leap.
sure.
brought to you tonight
Not
by
so
our sponsor,
mirthful now.
Pain. It always comes with this.
Brought to you by water.
Okay, 9.5 feet.
Okay, so you
Oh, there
jump
you go.
9.5 feet?
Yes.
Vertically or horizontally?
It's just
Well,
high jump.
I guess that's true because her movement is going to be part of it, right?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let's do it.
All right. So
But you are going to take an attack of opportunity because you're moving
That's fine.
essentially in the square over him,
That's
right?
fine. All right. So
One
what do I have
flipped.
to do?
Nothing. Just move.
I just do it.
Do it.
Boom.
All right, so describe what you did.
So from where I was standing, I with a shout of glee, I jump straight up into the air and sort of hurl myself forward, front leg first, like a hurdler, and I soar over this beast.
Okay, so what does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
Oh, you're lucky. All right. So, as you are hurling your body over this undead Triton, you see it stabs up in the air, trying to, impale you on a rusty spear, but you deftly avoid the piercing and land on the other side of it.
Excellent. And now, I want to stab him.
Do it.
I will do that. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 does hit. Yes.
I hope.
You have to make a better noise for the stab.
It's just the
That
sound
was
of-
much better.
It's the sound of that. Okay, and the damage is 11.
11. All right. So, you, what are you stabbing with?
I am stabbing him with my rapier, which is crafted from what appears to be the long and oddly straightened bones of a satyr.
Well, it strikes true. So, describe what happens.
Well, I'm not familiar with Triton parts.
They're like
But-
people, but like
I am.
like a creature of the Black Lagoon. Right?
I drive my rapier into his midsection, and
So
He'll do it.
as the
I
sword,
am.
Deeply
As-
offended.
as the
I'm
sword.
very. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I'm very proud of everyone for not making the obvious jokes for the last 2.5 minutes. I'm just
I
putting
was
it out
just
there.
gonna say I yell out fish sticks.
So as
I'm very offended.
as Calliope's rapier pierces this undead Triton, she shouts out, "Fish sticks!" And black Icarus blood pours out from the wound as she retracts the blade. Okay. Up next is Rhea. Rhea, you're hanging out, just putting your puzzle together. You can hear the sounds of water sloshing and just kind of general combat muffledness to your east.
I'm gonna start heading over there. What the hell, guys? And I get, even though I was super duper distracted, I'm somehow very prepared and get my crossbow out. I'm gonna shoot it. This isn't how you shoot a crossbow. This way. I'm gonna shoot it.
And I'm gonna shoot it.
Then I'm gonna shoot it from my elbows.
Shoot it.
Does an 8 hit?
An 8 does not hit.
Throw those dice in the
Does
trash.
it hit me?
Have you rolled over a 10?
Huh?
No, she has not.
Over a 10?
No.
Not tonight.
I rolled a 4 and I have a +4. So yeah, that makes 8.
Or shit.
All right, so an errant crossbow bolt flies through the air, nearly through your mane, Nicandros, and
I'm just letting everyone know that I'm here now. It's really just announcing my presence.
it
What's
shatters.
up, everybody?
It shatters into the stone walls, a spray of wood chips filling the air.
Thank you.
Most of my spells are not good news for like your whole party in a line narrow in a hallway. So it's like, I'll try a crossbow.
Okay, up next is Seer.
I am going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Let's do it.
Going to, summon the good and the light within me, and I'm going to, look at the whatever Nicandros said, the moving dead or something, poetic, but
Oh, sure.
not descriptive enough to be helpful at all. And let it sail forth from my hands, and that's gonna hit a lot.
I win.
I'm forecasting. Yeah, I win. I'm done.
Combat's over. I win the princess.
Great
There's
job.
my treasure.
I save the princess. Get the flag. So you want me to roll? I guess, right?
Probably. I assume there's a roll involved here somewhere.
I think
There is
I
a-
rolled this rule.
There is a roll involved here.
It sure does. And
Yeah.
here it comes. Make a ranged spell attack. So it'll be 20
Right.
plus your whatever your spell attack.
So that would be 17.
17 to hit. It does.
It's 4d6 radiant damage.
Holy
it does.
moly.
Yeah.
Or die 6.
Oh, does it do
an
extra
8
against
doesn't hit,
undead?
but a 17.
and
It is radiant, so that's kind of up to that undead. Room.
Rhea, I know we were like talking and missed your joke, but it made me laugh.
What was it?
That's good.
So I said, oh, so 17 hits, but an 8 doesn't hit. What
All right, what's your damage, Seer?
I rolled 18.
18 damage?
18 damage.
All right, so you're
but also on this one, so the next attack roll made against this target, so whoever's next gets advantage.
okay.
Nice.
So I'll tell you who's next. Nobody. Because this murders this Piscean undead. Why don't you describe what happens and make it good, Seer?
Oh, thank you for that. You're gonna be so good, Seer. So good. It's gonna be awesome. No,
say
so
something really funny. Can you say something really funny?
it's gonna be so
You're
good.
like the funny guy. You're just say something funny. Make
I
me
was like,
laugh.
Always.
Mm.
There's never anything. So I've called forth this significantly large ball of like light that's cackling, just crackling all over the place. Looks as though I'm going to do like something from Dragon Ball Z. And I collect this and I shoot forth, and it goes right into his chest, but it stays there for a second, and the whole body becomes light, just a being, just completely made of light, and then boom, and it explodes all over Nigantros's mane.
Oh no! Dear God!
So
and then I
it's-
say, and then I say, in response to a previous joke, I say, "There's your fish sticks."
Good callback. Good callbacks here.
Go, bro.
All right, so it smells like a
Oh, please
Van de Kamp's factory in here now. And the returned Triton falls into the water. Most of its chunks just kind of floating in the 5-foot pool between Nicandros.
Would you
and
say they were
Calliope.
fillet size?
Perfectly fillet size. Fury, if you need to like harvest some fish meat.
Please don't eat my
This meat
friend.
is no good.
My
This meat is no good. It's people meat and also rotted.
I look around and I'm like, just once on this adventure, I'd like to not be in people soup. If we could just like make that a goal for tomorrow.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I like start like wiping like rotted undead fish parts off my body, and
Hey,
this is
be respectful, Nicandros.
this
Please.
is
That's
not what I wanted when I
one
woke
of my
up this
people.
morning. I'm so sorry.
Wait,
I
I
thought
have-
he was a nice person and a good father. I'm like wiping him off.
You have
Why do-
kids?
No,
Why
I'm
do-
hoping he's a good father.
Oh, he's okay.
I was giving him a eulogy.
Okay, good.
Why do all the enemies explode when they die?
So I'm going to use a cantrip of prestidigitation to clean 1 cubic foot of Nicandros. I'm assuming he would like his main.
Do the face.
Yeah.
Rhea begins casting, prestidigitation to clean off Nicandros' face, but as she does, emerging from the water to the south is another Piscine undead wonder.
I look over. Oh, now I'm mad.
Hold on, I don't know how to send it. Here we go. It's coming.
Let's go. Ready.
So it emerges from the water in a spray of just this muddy, filthy muck, and it attacks Fury.
Oh no.
Fury does a 20 hit.
Yes.
So, Fury, this undead or this returned Triton leaps out of the water with the spear, and it stabs into you. And it does. Oh, that was a lucky one. It does 1 piercing damage as it like stabs into you. Oh, but roll a Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I'm just waiting to keep hearing this. Like, that's at least 6 dice.
I just
I got a 16.
A 16. Okay. So he leaps from the water and he stabs you with this spear, and it gets you right in the side. And as it does, you feel like a burning sensation in that spot. Okay, so take off 5 poison damage.
oof. Ouchie.
But Fury, you're up next.
As the last one seemed to have fallen, the very first one, Fury was visibly starting to deflate, like he was like upset, almost like, oh, I didn't get to fight. And then the second he gets stabbed, even with the burning and the pain, I swivel around, and really enthusiastic, I shout, "Yes, let it continue!" As I immediately slap down my axe upon him, happy to get into a fight.
Why can't you enjoy puppies?
He does
Or
have
like
I have a puppy. In fact, he's
Right.
probably in the back in the other room.
Yeah, where is that puppy anyway?
If a fight brews,
It's in the bag.
Malice tends to like run and hide, basically. Not a fighting dog. But yeah. Show does a 15 hit.
A 15?
please.
I don't recall. Does the tie go to who?
Us, always us.
No, the tie. Well, yes. Well, in this instance, it does.
So tie goes to the attacker?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
so
a target. number.
Fury, yes, you do. You hit it.
I deal
Drugs. Oh, sorry.
Poker.
Okay.
11 damage.
All right. So describe what happens. He's
Is
still
it-
alive, but
Still alive?
Still alive. Yeah.
I kind of as he attacks me right after I do the shout, and I swivel around and I slice across his belly whoosh, with my axe, not cutting through him completely, of course, but getting a good big wound in.
Okay. So, he doesn't, as your axe hits, you can tell that it hits solid. It's like, pulling off chunks of this return's flesh, but it doesn't scream in pain. It doesn't, make any noise, and you cannot see any emotion because it's wearing this gold, Triton funerary mask, and so you can't see anything. Just it's unrelenting attacking towards you. Okay, up next is me. 1 second. Calliope, as you're excited over the death of this Piscine warrior, from behind you the water ripples,
I don't like it.
and out emerges another one of these returned sentries, and he strikes out at you with his spear. Oh. Does a 22 hit?
Oof.
It does.
Okay. Roll a Constitution save.
How do I do? It's just. Oh, got it. Got it. 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
So the spear strikes true, and you can feel it cutting through, and cutting through into your muscles, and it's jagged and tearing at the flesh, and you take 7 piercing damage.
Heavens.
But also you feel like that burning sensation that I described in Fury. So you're also going to take 2 poison damage as it begins coursing through your veins.
Ouchie.
Rude.
That is weird.
Uncalled for.
Where did he stab me?
In the side.
In my human flesh.
In your human flesh.
Not in my fuzzy flesh.
It's like right on the border of the goat flesh.
The goat zone.
Or fawn flesh? I don't know. What goat, satyr,
The
fawn?
goat
I don't know.
I let out a cry. Do I get to react?
I mean you can react, but you cannot
I can attack him because he attacked me.
No, that's not how it works.
I can punch him in the face.
I mean, on your turn you can.
Well, that's heartbreaking.
It's like you just started playing
D&D.
D&D.
It's for the viewers at home. They're curious about the rules, and they're like, "Why didn't she hit him back?" Now they know that I'm not allowed to. Yeah,
You are allowed to. It's just that it's just not right this second. You're allowed to.
I let out a cry because although I love a good joke, this is no joke.
All right, Nicandros, you're up. You just saw Calliope get stabbed by an emerging Triton from behind her in the water.
I'm gonna say, like, completely oblivious that, like, there's already been like 6 stabbings and there's many of them. I'm gonna say, "Dear Helios or Heliod, there are more than one." I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna give this guy the full spear and shield bash business. Here it is. The business. Okay, good rolls. Good. We'll start with the spear. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit, yes.
Well, and the other one's higher. So yes, excellent. That'll be 16 damage
Nice.
from
Okay.
spear and shield.
The combo. All right, he's still up, but you can describe. He's, he's taking a beating. So
Okay. I stab him in the side with my spear, and then I kind of Captain America him in the chest, just with the edge of my shield.
So as you strike with them, strike with the spear, strike with the shield. I mean, you can definitely see that you're wearing this returned warrior down. You're bashing up parts. There's plenty of like slices and piercings as you attack them, and they're definitely far worse for the wear than when they leapt from the water mere moments ago. Calliope, you're up.
Okay, so as I was just stabbed, I am like,
Yeah, now you could do that face punching.
I'm like, it's that scream of pain, like when you stub all your toes. And then I just unleash like a string of like Sylvan curse words that even if you don't speak Sylvan, you know it's just a filthy string of insults. And he needs to make a wisdom save.
Against what?
A 14.
He does not. So what?
So he is going to take 1d4 damage and also have disadvantage on his next attack roll. 1.
Okay, so you can see, these creatures have been fairly emotionless. They haven't really like shown any sort of, reaction to anything. But at the string of just vile vitriol coming out of Calliope's mouth, even though it can't even understand the language she's speaking, you can see it raise its hands to the fins at the sides of its head and like begin shaking its head back and forth, clearly distraught by the words that Calliope spoke.
And I'm gonna run. I know I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity, but I'm gonna try to get away from it.
Okay.
Over to this spot here.
But did you say it gets a disadvantage, or people get
Oh yes, he has disadvantage on his next attack roll as long as it's before the end of his turn.
Does a 10 hit?
It does not.
Okay. So he tries to like lash out at you with that spear as you run, but it's just, so just kind of shaken by the words that you used. It does not work.
So as I run up behind Seer, I say, "Incoming, bastards."
Okay, up next is Rhea.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on this guy right here. And so that's just a beam of crackling light that I'm going to release from my fingers like a witch. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
Sweet. I did something. Okay. And then
I did something.
it feels so great. Okay. And now we're gonna do all the damage. We're gonna do 2 damages.
Wow, 2. That's great. Which one
Be
were
sure
you
you put
attacking again?
both of them down.
Which one are you attacking, Rhea?
The one near me.
This one by Fury?
Yeah.
This one here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So your bolt of crackling energy flies by Fury and slams into this returned Triton, and you can see as it hits, it like almost like a water balloon of energy, right? Like hits him and then just kind of splashes over its body, but with a crackling black lightning. And you can tell that you've done some damage, but it is still standing.
No fish sticks.
I like jump and cheer her, but then I like double over because
You've been stabbed.
I'm in pain.
Up next is Seer.
Is this one looking pretty worse for wear over here, or which one's looking closer to death?
The one by Nicandros seems to be on its sort of last legs.
Which one can I squeegee?
So this one right here, right? That's the one that looks more
healthy, yeah.
More healthy. Okay.
As healthy as an undead creature who's lived in a tomb for 1,000 years,
Oh, yeah,
All
okay.
relative.
Fine. Sorry. We'll get him on Property Hunters, and we'll get him a better place, a better mausoleum. I would like
what Chip and Joe can do about this place.
Exactly. It would sure gain a lot of renown.
Oh, no. Good ship lapped that up. That was horrible.
Yeah,
sorry.
Exactly.
I'd
like to cast Inflict Wounds, please,
Okay.
Alex.
What do I need to do?
With that one, I need to roll a melee spell attack roll.
All right, let's do it.
Gotta roll some dice or something. I don't know.
Well, hold. Oh yeah, you're close enough. Yeah.
21. Does a
you
21 hit?
21.
I hope it does.
21. Yeah, it does.
19.
Yeah, otherwise
and
we'll
then
leave.
plus 2. Yeah.
We're fucking out of here.
Okay, so it does 3 die 10 of necrotic damage.
Ooh, Nice. Let's do it.
Seer's like a heavy hitter.
I feel like that's
I'm
been
a
more than
blast
2.
cannon. So 10 on the first roll, 5 on the second, and 1 on the third. So 16.
16. Okay, 1 second. I just got to look up one thing real fast.
I looked up what necrotic damage does in 5th edition because I remember in 3rd it used to heal. It doesn't do that anymore.
No,
No.
no.
all
No. Okay, so you sorry, how much damage there?
16.
16. Okay, so you reach out with your hand and kind of reach around the corner here, kind of past Fury, and touch this this Triton, this return Triton with your hand, and you can feel this necrotic damage, coursing through your veins, out your biceps, down your arm, and touch right into this creature, and you can see it sort of like crawl over its body, and it kind of like melts away the flesh of this undead creature. But you do notice that the damage that you felt coursing through your body was not the kind of damage that you saw output on this creature based off your previous experience with the spell. You could tell that this creature clearly has some sort of resistance to this magic that you're using. However, the amount that you pumped out was enough to return it to the afterlife, and it falls into the water, blank face first, and it's now one of the many floating corpses that line this crypt.
Yay.
Up next is my turn. Okay, so this remaining Triton strikes out at you, Nicandros. It's on its last legs, but it's fanatical in its monotone affect. Does the 17 hit?
It does not.
Oh, all right. So he stabs you with the spear, and while a lesser lion man might have taken the blow, you bring your shield up just in time, and the spear glances off, saving you the damage of the spear and its vile poison.
That's right.
Up next is Fury.
So you have to wake up from hell pretty early to get one up on me.
So there's the other risen Triton by Nicandros.
Yes. So this one is. Hold on. Let me.
After Nicandros said that, it was a very loud The Who song playing. Yeah.
That one's dead.
All right, it's a little hard to say on my end because
You know what's
on the
weird?
stream,
I do think tokens block it.
Really?
block light.
Well, no, just kidding.
No. On
Just
my
kidding.
screen though, I couldn't see not Fury, Nicandros, because
Oh,
on my screen the Triton is on top of him. It's not on the stream, but so I was confused for a second.
Agreed. I see.
Yeah,
that.
me too.
Oh.
The Triton's on top of him.
Hold on, I'll fix that. Okay, there you go.
Okay, that's better. Well, does it look like I can step to the side of Nicandros and help him fight? Like, over here? It's hard to see.
I'll let you do it with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah,
In
you
that
guys are
case,
you guys are big.
I'm tempted to, because I feel like there's more coming. Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't think anything's coming from the north side.
That was the stillest I've ever seen Bill's face, and no expression on his mouth at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. I see one Triton left, so I'm sure that's.
I
What's going
instead
on?
decide to hold my turn with the, because I remember how we rephrased it. You have to have like an activation, right?
Right.
Go. Well, mine is that Fury will charge and try to kill whatever new returned show up, or any new threats, whether it is a returned or a monster.
Make it as broad as possible,
Yeah.
Fury.
I'm not an evil genie. You know.
The closest newest creature.
Something happens. I'd like to see something useful.
The DM says that there's something negative about to happen.
Okay, so Fury is holding his action to charge the nearest enemy that is not currently in combat that may or may not appear. That leaves us with Nicandros.
That's me. I'm going to spear this fellow.
Spear him up.
Doesn't
Do
die. I
it.
made the second attack. But let's see. Karate. Okay. Well, Attack was good. Damage was not good.
He's on his last legs though.
Is it more than 2?
He's on his last fins.
This is
I don't
20,
know why I'd make fun of my own race.
right? Internalized fishology.
Yes.
21 to hit.
21 does hit.
6 damage.
Oh. Okay, you do it. So tell us what happens.
Just clean. Just spear right through his chest and then pull it out.
So as Nicandrus pulls back his spear, the Icarus black blood of the returned, flies out in a one last stream before the Triton falls into the water to join his friends.
Okay,
in
I'm gonna
re-death.
move now.
The
End
fish is getting
combat.
very gross.
So Nicandros, as you are moving, you notice on the eastern wall is a stone slab door, just like the kind that was, that you guys first came in through, and that was in the original room.
Okay.
And then as you came around the corner there, you see that
more
the crypt
doors.
is larger on this side, right? It's probably 10 feet wide, and you can definitely see the extent of that collapsed wall to the north.
Do I see any more?
You do not.
Is-
No.
Is combat over?
30.
Not yet. No.
Okay, I move
Okay.
back. I look in there, and then I move back, and this is the extent of my movement.
Is your divine sense still running, or does that?
I think it's only for one turn.
I see. I don't know why I would ask that. It has really nothing to do with anything.
I thought of that. I was like, I checked. I was like, is it still going? No, it's not.
Just curious if
Okay. We are going to end combat. So here we are. We're in the room.
Who's got poison damage?
Me.
So you are in this this catacomb, and like I said before, there's floating bodies kind of drifting through the muck. Now that you begin, actually moving and fighting in here, the water is a little bit rough. Not super rough, but you guys have unsettled what was going on. So now you can see some of these bodies bumping into walls and sometimes into you guys as you're standing here.
Ew.
These returned Triton, these sentries are now re-dead, right? You've returned them back to the underworld where they belonged. And here we are, in this room.
I don't like this room.
No. Also, I request a bio break, or at least
Bio break?
yes.
Let's do it. Yeah, I could use some water. All right, everybody, we'll be back in 2 and 2. Use this time, stretch it out so you don't get any blood clots. Everybody stretch it out, get some water, go to the bathroom. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Bye.
2, 1.
Oh, baby.
All right, we're back. I hope everyone got a good stretch in. Made sure you don't get carpal tunnel. Is that how it works?
Healthy beverages.
Yeah, drinking some water.
I stretched as I reached to the fridge door. Opened.
Okay, so when we last left our heroes,
Is that a tall boy, Bob?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a michelada.
Okay.
I think canned micheladas are the greatest invention of the recent times.
They're so good. They make me happy. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, michelada.
Okay, so here we are in this crypt, in these catacombs. It's flooded. There's water, knee high. There's these corpses, these floating bodies kind of drifting through the muck, bumping into walls and passerbys. And that's where we're at. So what are we doing?
We're getting the heck out of here.
First, let's search these men for any supplies that they no longer need. And then I'm going to look around.
Who's searching? If you're going to search a body, let me know. Nobody? Nobody's searching? Just the candidates?
Oh, I will.
Oh, you guys are raising it. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the stream. I saw Seer, Calliope.
They're all searching.
Okay. If you're searching, roll it and tell me the number you
This
got.
yucky business.
Investigation.
I wish these things that we fought weren't people or dead, because then I could maybe make some kind of seafood dish out of them.
Gross.
A, gross. B, I just rolled a 20. So 21.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say I wish they wore all their valuables like on their neck that makes it easier.
I get a 16.
That'd be nice too.
Okay, so Seer. Sorry, what were the numbers again? Seer's 16, Nicandra's 20.
21.
Sorry, Nicandra's 21. Fury, were you searching or no?
No.
Rhea, were you searching?
No, I was searching for flavor in this decaf coffee. I rolled
Gotcha.
a
And
You rolled
Calliope?
a negative 12.
What'd you get, Calliope?
Just fish guts on my hands.
What'd you get?
A 5.
A 5. Okay.
What diseases do fish corpses spread? That's what I got.
Okay, so as you guys are searching, You know-
Chlamydia.
all of these
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Nice. Why don't you continue
Ooh.
to completely desecrate my ancestors? Thanks so much.
Oh man.
Apologize.
so all of these
Squidfilus. Squidfilus. Syphilis.
Squidfilus.
Not
That
go-
was so much better. Squidfilus is so much better. Okay, sorry. I apologize.
So all these Triton return Triton, they definitely all have
Crab! Sorry.
Us-
Sorry. Sorry. I'm not going to talk to him. I'm going to mute my mouth.
I was entirely unprepared for that, and I apologize.
So
Okay.
all of these return Triton, they all have a spear. They all have a sling on their bodies. There's some netting that they were just kind of wrapped in. So if you wanted to, you think you probably could get a net out of these corpses, like a kind of a crude net. They all have their golden funerary masks, which are Triton shaped, right? They have that like fish Piscine shape to them. Other than that, they don't seem to have any goods on them.
Ooh, a
Weird.
cream net.
You've
Rude, filthy net.
you've mentioned that it's incredibly hard to sell those masks, right?
Yes. I mean, they're like, they're religious symbols, so
Of course.
but like made
You can melt
specifically
'em.
for someone, right? They're
Yeah.
specifically for that the return that made them. So people kind of consider them, like I guess it's like if you found like a grave marker, right? You found a bronze grave marker. You can't really sell it to anybody because nobody needs a grave marker that's the exact same of like, right? Like the exact same. But also, like, could you melt it down? Sure. If you could get somebody to melt it down.
Do we despite my low roll in investigate, was I able to see that they had them on their faces?
Yes.
So I say, oh, look, I realize that we already determined that stealing, the masks of the dead is not a classy thing to do. We should keep one at least because it's like a fish-faced one, and we should try to get the whole set.
I mean, I have the other one, and I wear it intermittently.
I could take the other two because I wish to show it to my own personal temple of Mogus to show my prowess, and of course to have them buried properly.
I'd like to
I-
roll for
I
how
just
offended I
picture-
am.
I just picture like Fury in the Temple of Mogus doing like fashion show at lunch, trying on like all the different like outfits and masks of the people he's killed, walking the runway.
That wasn't quite what I had in mind.
Yeah, didn't the Minotaur try to give you his clothes? You should have kept them.
Yeah,
Also,
I felt bad.
Fury, what's with this? Like, why do people keep trying to dress you?
I don't know.
they're-
I like what I look like.
Well, I think because it looks like you're not wearing a shirt. So maybe.
Who needs a shirt?
I'm starting to get
I have-
uncomfortable. Just put
I
it out
have-
there.
I can't die. Why should I wear something on my chest?
Yep, I'm out. I need an adult at this point.
Anyway, I take 2 of the funeral masks.
Anyway, I desecrate this corpse again.
Of your
Right in front of my friend, who's a Triton. Yeah, it's fine. Why don't you spit on it too? I ask Fury.
I'm gonna use
Why
one
would I spit on it?
to like take a selfie like in front of the corpses.
Yeah. Yes, we call that Abu Ghraibin. So awesome, perfect. That's great.
Okay, so here we are in this room.
Do I
Hanging
recognize
out.
any of his friends? Just wondering.
You do
Family
not,
member?
Sarah, you do not.
One of them's your grandfather. I'm gonna go down here and search this sort of chamber on the south.
Oh. So as you do,
I'd
Nicandros,
like to go with him.
you see much of the same. You see little, funerary grave nooks with bodies in them. But you also
Graves.
see a stone slab door, but this one has been pushed open.
Oh yeah.
And beyond it, you see a hallway and some sort of chamber.
Okay, I say there is another way out down here.
Excellent. Rhea, may I have my torch back?
I look at him and I'm like, I'm right behind you. Why are you announcing it to me?
There are other people besides you. This may be an important lesson for you, sir.
Never underestimate the humor of a lion man.
I'm a big dumb lion.
I take the torch from Rhea and go toward them.
Okay.
Is it?
I'll go
Is there this hallway right here?
Yeah, so they're talking about this hallway to the south.
Okay.
There's a
So in
slab
this
here,
room-
right?
Right, yes. There's a slab on the eastern wall, and in the north you didn't see anything except that collapsed wall. On the west is where you came from, and then on the south is another one of those slabs, but it seems to be pried open.
This place still smells like death.
Refreshing, isn't it?
Know several things just now.
Should we attempt to move the slab to the east or investigate this area here to the south?
Do we hear anything?
You want to listen?
I want to listen.
Roll a perception check.
Yep.
15.
Also 15.
You don't hear anything, no.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything out of the ordinary.
You're deaf now.
But would a 19 hear something?
Yes, you do hear things, but nothing out of the ordinary also.
I mean, is this which he's talking about this Nicandros, which
Is this passage to the
slab
south?
do you want to take open?
Well, I don't know. There's this passage to the south where the slab is open. There's this
Okay.
passage to the east where the slab is
Oh.
not open. I mean, I say my rule of video games is like explore the one that's open first.
I agree.
This
I
is
don't-
not a video game,
I-
Nicandros. This is your real life.
I was wondering what a video
It's
game
like,
is,
honestly,
but I'm willing to follow you.
I mean, just ask Bobby. If I went into a room and one door was like locked and one was open, I'm like, well, I'm gonna check the open door.
Yeah. Well, I will follow your lead, Nicandros.
All right, I shall let you know if I see any more disgusting, I mean, dead tritons that we will treat with respect.
By killing them?
I mean, couldn't we all agree that undead things are disgusting no matter the race?
Agreed. You know what? You've really brought harmony, and I appreciate it.
We united in our
Are,
hatred.
are we still standing in like hip deep water?
Yes. Yeah.
Ew, I didn't know that. Ew.
The whole time since we came
Yeah,
down
the whole time. Every time you got down the stairs, right? It's like 2
Ew,
feet
David.
of mucky water.
of corpse tea.
Okay, so
I'm not wearing. Okay.
so much of this the ceiling of the southwestern part of this chamber has collapsed into that rot tinged water that's filling the room in the same sort of way as in the previous room. As you enter, there are 2 alcoves flanking the door, and they are twin life-size statues of a figure wearing a burial mask. Both reach out as if to offer a gift to you. Much of this area it kind of looks like a shrine. Like there might have been an altar here at one point, but much of its trappings have been ruined by the earth and time. Those two statues are slightly disturbing, just kind of in how they look. There's that 2 foot deep standing water still, and but it's pretty murky. It's not quite as murky as it was in the previous room, but it still is kind of hard to see through to the ground.
Can we see what these like? Well, sorry, you can go.
No, go ahead.
Can we see what this like grid appears to be to the south?
So you can see that there is something under the water. You can't really tell what what it is, but there is like something on the ground, and you don't know if it's like a tile pattern or if it's some sort of painting. Just based off kind of the decorations in this room, it's definitely some sort of altar room. Seer, as you enter this room, you see the same descriptions that I said earlier. However, you can clearly see in the center of the room, marked on the map with those light blue squares, is a mosaic. And that mosaic has beautifully painted tiles. And they're depicting a crumbling skull, right? So that was the original artwork, a crumbling skull. And there are coins falling from the skull. It lasts just like before for a few seconds before fading away into the rot and decay that everyone else sees.
So I turn to everyone and say, I had a vision just as I had before as to what this was prior to this decay. It was a large skull that was raining down what?
Coins, gold
Coins. It was raining down coins. There was also at the end, there's a brief sentence that said, "You shouldn't make fun of Tritons." And it was an amazing thing to see. Can I roll in knowledge religion to see if I have any more explanations to what it is?
Yeah.
Did your vision end with the more you know star shooting across?
Yes, it did. 20.
Ooh.
I have a high intelligence.
This doesn't seem to match any of the iconography that's normally associated with Phoenix. Not like explicitly, but you could see just kind of based off your knowledge of that god, you could see that this might be a mural that is in his honor of some sort.
I'd like to take out my whatever we're calling it, recording stone thing.
The cheese stone.
Yes, and I'd like to take a picture of the mosaic and of both statues.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, the statues, all I can think about are the weeping angels at this point. I'm just freaked out. So
So the statues, anyone can roll a knowledge religion if they like.
Me.
Sure.
No.
Ooh, 20.
Don't worry about mine.
20.
I rolled an 18. So
Fury, Seer?
I know smart.
Okay. But actually, so
15.
Calliope, Nicandros, and Seer, you recognize these statues as depictions of Phoenix.
okay.
So clearly this was some sort of shrine to Phoenix.
But the statues are holding something out.
No, they're just holding out their hands as if
okay.
to like offer
It'd be
something.
a good place to put a gift.
I see.
Mandy is on to something. It would be a good place to put a gift, say an offering that might open up something else if we were to do both things correctly.
True.
Perhaps 2 funeral masks. I tried.
I hold the funeral masks out. Sure, we can do that. I walk up to one of the statues and put it on his face.
Well, it's wearing a funeral.
I would say you put it in the hands.
Oh, in the hands. I put one in the hand.
They have their hands outstretched.
So you put on which one?
I put it on, I'll start with this one, I guess. I'll put a funeral mask in this one's hand.
Okay. It seems to hold it as if it could, as if it is accepting it as a gift.
I walk back to the other one and I put the other one in its hands as well.
So you place the second one in its hand, and it also seems as though it is like holding it. You believe your suspicions are correct, that the hands were there for worshippers to, provide offerings and gifts, and
Yes.
Sorry, say that again. Oh, and just as you do, you hear this noise.
I look around.
Snoring bear.
That was so intelligent.
Guys, over here. Look at this. Look at me over here.
You see against the eastern wall, what appeared to be a section of the wall has opened up. And what you see beyond that is a set of rising stairs that move to the east.
Ugh. Yes.
I think we head up.
Anything to get out of this water.
Actually, I'd like to search the rock pile a little bit, if that's all right, before we go.
Yeah, go ahead. Anyone else searching?
I have a 20. I rolled a 20, which means
Nice.
I assume
on
it's
top of
pile
that.
of rocks.
Was
Probably
that
investigate.
Investigate. Okay, so 22.
21.
21.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
No.
Okay, Seer and Calliope, as you kind of dig through, the rubble, you find some trinkets, just like little offerings of little old jewelry and coins of a time that are no longer minted, but you can tell they were some coins from some old civilization. Just kind of looking at the materials they're made of, you would guess they're, somewhere between, 2 and 10 gold. You found about 2 to 10 gold worth of these little trinkets and bobbits.
Yes.
Like if you were to sell them.
Sweet.
Do any of them look as though the woman that sent us here would like?
Maybe.
She
Maybe.
offered like 200 gold or something per. I mean, I'm not sure it's per piece of garbage, but at least like per artifact.
Oh,
So-
I plan on totally on the way out, so long as everything doesn't respawn. I plan on taking everything that's not attached to the walls.
So
I mean,
yeah,
to a point. I'm not going to disrespect the religion, but
I mean, I think robbing a grave is a little bit.
So I.
I'm
take
I'm
the
sorry.
goodies
This is the
so-
guy that literally just killed a ton of my ancestors. Is that right? Is that what
They-
you don't feel good about?
They were
They
trying
were-
to keep me.
Well, they could
I'm not
be
talking
offended,
about. I'm not talking about taking statues. I'm talking about like, oh, hey, this is on the ground. This is what you considered garbage. Like you're giving me garbage. So, and we'll just be like, we found this in a place of amazingness. Let's move on here. Let's move on.
Okay, I'm gonna start creeping up the stairs. Sorry.
Hold-
listen.
Bill's
Hold on.
just looking at me like, yeah, he's gonna stop at some point. I'm just gonna let him kill himself. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, hold on, guys. Calliope, you were saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna say like, I mean, it's like trinkets, right? Little like enough, just like in my hands. They're not like.
Yeah, they're like little, just like, old pieces of jewelry or old coins. Actually, there was one thing as you were kind of digging through the rubble that looked interesting to you. It was oblong. It was kind of long shaped. You would imagine, but you kind of recognize this object. You find this.
Oh.
The magic of the internet.
Oh.
In the wall?
I think I recognize this.
It's a Hitachi magic wand.
Wow.
Sorry, everybody.
Oh.
That's a
this is-
massager. It's a massager.
This is very interesting, I say to the party.
What?
So you see Calliope's kind of fiddling with some sort of thing that she pulled from the rubble.
It looks super interesting, especially to the person that rolled a 21 versus the 22 that I rolled. It's very interesting.
Oh yes.
Are you actually hitting it?
Yeah, so you guys can hear this like ringing sound as Calliope strikes this hollow metal cylinder from antiquity with the mallet that was found inside of it.
What
I take
happens with the sound?
I slide it. I just slide it into my cloak.
That was
Nothing-
some good musics you did.
You heard like a monotone, or like a monotone, like a ringing sound as she hit it. But
There
I
wasn't
imagine
like a response in a really deep voice, like dun 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 dun. Bah, bah.
there was not tonight.
Okay.
All right, Nicandrus, you're heading up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna creep slowly. Oh, actually, before we go, I'm gonna turn around and say, "Is anyone badly hurt?"
I've been better.
I can do a little cure in wounds too, but I can't do much with poison.
I can do some stuff. Who's the most hurt? Is it Calliope?
Well, I definitely feel about half hurt.
Half hurt. How about I give you? I'm gonna lay on pause,
Yes.
Mm.
Lay on pause.
and I'm gonna give you 5 hit points.
Nice.
Whew.
I've got a bit of a flesh wound, but I can take it.
Well,
Sure,
I can't.
I got a little cure wounds over here. If anybody wants in on this action.
Well, if I have less wounds, that means I can fight more things.
You're not wrong.
I have a question about hit points. So, how many hit points restore after a short rest?
You can roll. Is it 1 hit dice?
As many as you need.
Oh, so as many. So you have
2.
2 hit dice. So
Mhm.
you could have rolled 1 or 2 hit dice.
And you
At
can
that
choose
time.
like to roll 1 and then roll again, So for
Okay.
you, that would be what is a warlock? A die 6 or die 8?
Hold
I
on,
think
I'm
it's
not on
die
that
8.
screen right now. Holy jeez. Oh, it doesn't say. Okay.
It'll be
Hold on. Well, I'm wondering because
a die 8 plus your constitution modifier.
I put in short rest and it didn't give me any more.
It won't unless you click actually, even if you click the thing, it doesn't do it. You kind of have to roll it yourself and then add it.
Well, that's dumb.
Agreed.
Okay. I'm sorry, everyone. Go ahead.
Okay, so
If everyone feels
Nicandrus,
good, yeah, I'm moving up.
you healed. No, but you healed people. You healed some people up, right?
Yeah, I healed Calliope. If anyone else needs some, I do have a little more.
I've
Right.
got some too if anybody needs it.
Well, we can
Mm.
save it.
I'm mildly injured, but I can keep going. Not that much.
Yeah,
Just let them heal you.
Hmm?
Just let them heal you.
Sure. I'll take it.
I mean, how much are you hurt?
Well, I took a small wound. It's a little more than a small, but
You can tell us how many hit points. It's
I have 21 out of 70. Or not 21. I have a 21 out of 27.
70 hit points.
Wrong
He's
number.
amazing.
I was so jealous.
you're probably okay.
That's what I figured.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna start moving up the stairs. Shield, spear,
Okay.
cat eyes, like doing that cat eye gleam that they do, like that creepy gleam.
All right, so Nicandrus, as you head up the stairs, you enter into what appears to be a large tomb. So this chamber has ancient masonry, and it rises high to form a corbelled dome. At the center of this room is a pool of sludge. Rising out of the pool is a broad sarcophagus. Its lid is caked with crumbling candle wax and rotting offerings. Whatever rites were performed here were overseen by this larger-than-life statue in the alcove to the south. The sculpture depicting the upper body of a grim, masked man. The statue reaches out as if to accept what has been offered. You can see in this room itself, you can see there seems to be a slab to the north that was kind of propped open. And you can see that the eastern wall has kind of like broken open.
Hmm.
It's similar to how in some of the other rooms where things have collapsed in.
But it seems natural. It's not like someone like dug through it.
It seems like the same kind of thing that was in the previous one, right? The ceiling had collapsed down, but you can definitely see some deep crevasses in this rock.
Crevasses.
Into
Crevasse,
the crevasse.
crevice, crevice,
No, I was just saying I like the
crevice,
word.
Oh, no, there's
crevice.
I like the
crevice
word.
and there's crevasse. They're both separate.
I'm not sure. I'm just
No,
not
they
sure.
are. They're different words.
But I'm not sure which one I'm looking for.
I mean, I feel like a crevice.
You're looking for crevasse.
Yeah, I think you are looking.
All right, let's go with it. Crevasse it is. Crevassier. No, I'm just kidding.
Crevassier.
This portion of the stream is brought to you by Grammar. Yes, Grammar.
What?
Always supporting us through while we're talking.
Ladies, what are we doing? We hanging out in the shrine, or
I like. Well, I want to get out of the water,
okay?
so I do start walking up the stairs. Does it seem safe up here, guys?
So it does appear to be safe for now.
No dead guys.
Great.
There are no dead guys.
All right, so I come in here and
Okay, well, I'm in the dark, so wait for me.
I like come back down the hallway a little bit.
This light thing is cool though. Like I
Come
can't
on this way.
see things sometimes, which is fun.
Okay, so as you approach this pool, hold on, let me kind of zoom in for the stream.
I don't think we should approach this pool.
Just
As you approach this pool, you can see that it's very murky, right? It's a very muddy kind of sludge, but underneath the water are like thousands of bones. Okay, and it's all kinds of bones. It's animal bones and humanoid bones, likely offerings to whatever was going on here.
Watching Gina's face was great. Like she was like, "What's in this room?" And then you described like another lake full of bones, and her face just fell. It was incredible.
I'm just wondering, I'm keeping a mental tally of how many different ways Bill can describe disgusting water. I don't know if Western mathematical principles can be applied anymore.
I will have you know, I did not write this adventure. All right.
Mythic Odyssey of Theros,
You're
brought to
really-
you by polio.
The water smells like a bucket of turpentine that's been slept in by a hobo.
So here is a here we are, sarcophagus, ruined
Here we are.
walls,
Here we are.
etc.
Totally wholesome. I'd like to walk up towards the statue and get a better look and maybe do a little knowledge.
Yeah, go ahead.
Knowledge
Roll a knowledge religion.
You can always give it another mask.
That's a 20 plus 2,
Oh,
22.
Jesus. You in your 20s tonight.
Okay, so Seer, as you kind of head up to the sarcophagus, you realize that there are reliefs on the sarcophagus that depicts Phoenix worshippers and returned, as well as a prominent image of blood dripping onto the scales bearing a returned mask. Images of pale drops hover over a skeleton, while black drops loom over a returned. So pale drops over a skeleton and black drops over the returned. The you rolled a religion check, right?
Yes.
Okay. Based off, just these reliefs and your knowledge of religion and your knowledge of Phoenix and kind of what you piece together from Orestes and his his gifts of being an oracle, you are pretty convinced that these reliefs are showing you that this sarcophagus of Orestes may have similar powers that he had in life. And you believe that this relief of the blood dropping onto the skeleton and on the returned might be what this sarcophagus was used for in Orestes' death. People would come and bleed themselves onto the sarcophagus, and if it showed their blood, if it turned their blood pale, they knew that they were going to make it traditionally into the afterlife, but if their blood turned black when it hit the sarcophagus, that they would be forever returned after their death to serve Phoenix as an undead, servant for the. And that these returned, well, the ones that you've recently been fighting have been, rather mindless or fanatical. That is not always the case. There are entire cities of returned, some who have their own agendas. So it was important for followers of Phoenix and those who honored Orestes to know if they were going to join Phoenix's sort of army after their death.
I'd like to take a picture with my recording stone.
Mm-hmm.
And do that at the statue. Then I also pull out my small dagger. I give myself a little prick on my thumb. I can't. My curiosity is too much on this. Can I tell where they would normally set the blood?
You can see there's blood all over the sarcophagus, like old dried blood.
So I just make a couple drops right down towards the feet.
Okay. Why don't you roll a 1 die? I'm sorry, not a 1 to 10. A percentile dice, please.
62.
So the blood leaves your finger a bright red, and when it hits the sarcophagus, it goes pale.
I take a long, deep breath and let it out. I'd like to try to explain what just happened to the party. I do so. I roll a natural 20, and I do explain it in a very eloquent way.
That is the best explanation I've ever heard.
What a rousing.
I thought you were just doing that to have some fun. All right.
You were a cutter. I was going to call your therapist.
Now we're going to have a warning on the stream for trigger words, Bob.
Yeah, I'm kind of messing up tonight. I apologize.
So I explained it to you guys. I mean, is there any response? I just went through a ridiculously important religious rite of passage, and you guys are like, "Hey, we can play games on this altar over here. There's a lot of bones. Let's play throw the bones."
So you're telling me you're a skeleton?
Yes, I am a skeleton.
So what if we throw?
I'm telling you, I will make a normal transition into the afterlife and not be returned upon my death.
Oh,
is that good?
I feel like
I think it's good.
It feels
Look
good.
at him.
I mean, I wouldn't know if I was returned anyway, right? I lose my memories, or almost all of them.
Yeah,
you look all
you
gross.
lose your memories. Yeah.
Seer, is this something that you've been worried about?
No, but the curiosity just was too much for me.
You are a braver man than I am.
I'm sure none of you will
if I
come
were
back.
a man, because
If I
I
were a
don't know
man.
that I would have. I don't know that I. I'm not sure I crave that knowledge.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I think I do. I think that Candace wants to know.
I started a joke.
Yeah.
The whole world crying.
I think Nicandrus wants to know if the gods will be done with him when he dies. So he's gonna try it.
All right, Nicandros, roll a percentile die.
You do?
Yep.
Let's do it. 87.
If you touch the statues, I'm going to tell you the disease you now have of mine.
Hepatitis A, B, and C.
And D.
Sorry, Ray, what was that?
And D.
15.
15. All right, so Nicandros, you prick your paw,
I do.
and you allow a single drop of blood to strike the sarcophagus. And when it does, it turns pale.
I breathe a sigh of relief,
Rhea, you put a cut in your finger, and you let a drop of blood hit the sarcophagus. And when it does, it turns pale.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I guess all of you are going to go to the afterlife normally.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
The question is when. Will this tell us when?
You do well. I don't know. You want to roll a knowledge religion?
Sure.
What about you, Calliope? You want to find out?
Calliope?
I'm sorry. I'm
Like an antelope.
I'm sorry, I'm drunk in real life.
Calliope.
Ooh.
Calliope, do you want to find out if you stay dead or not?
She didn't want to.
If you don't want to, that's fine. I don't want to know because I know I'll never die. So why even bother?
22 religion, BT dubs.
T-dubs.
Rhea, you do not feel as though you would gain or like that this sarcophagus can predict that knowledge for you.
I'm like kind of standing off over here to the side, and like you can see on my face, I'm like in it, thinking about, because there's a part of me that like wants to try it. I'm like motivated by like the peer pressure of everyone else doing it, but also like the thought of it plagues me.
Calliope, would you like me to take a drop of your blood, put it on there, put the result in an envelope, seal it, and then you can ask me at a later date and time?
We could have a party.
Yeah, we
No!
can
Yes,
blue with
hey,
white
hey.
confetti and
Hey,
black.
are you going
No.
to hell reveal?
I hate secrets
So
unless I'm keeping them.
Hey, there's no
Calliope,
silent secret.
Yes.
Calliope from
Damn it.
standing next to you, as if they were there the entire time. You hear this. Not curious, hmm?
Whoa.
I turn around.
So standing next to Calliope in the corner is a creature of unearthly beauty. In fact, it's sort of a.
I'm right here. You can just say Nicander.
Mhm.
You could say that this creature is unsettlingly attractive. Fairly androgynous. They're just kind of very lithe. You can roll a knowledge
It's David
religion
Bowie.
if you like.
It's just David Bowie.
It's just David Bowie. It's like a David Bowie, Lady Gaga.
That's just David Bowie again.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
David
that's true.
Bowie.
You're right.
It's Ziggy Stardust, mixed with Labyrinth.
It's Moira.
Yeah, Moira Rose.
Perfect.
Sir Cavill says, Starman?
I'm David Bowie from the Ashes to Ashes tour. Bowie's in Spain.
Is anyone rolling or no?
I got it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right, was it
I thought you were
religion?
talking to her.
Rolling a
No,
I
it's
knowledge.
know we all
religion,
could
yeah.
roll there. You didn't make it
You
very
said
clear.
Religion.
Yeah, religion.
Fury is not very smart.
20?
21.
19.
Big fat 9.
Okay, so Calliope, Nicandros, and Seer, you recognize this creature as a lampad. Lampad is
An old wooden ship.
a fey creature that guard the shadow paths of the world. Typically, the paths that are trod by souls destined for the underworld. They're very rarely seen, but they assist Athreos, who is the ferryman of the dead, in guiding the dead towards their, to the guiding the dead and moving them along towards the Tardix River, and also reclaiming wayward souls that try to slip back into the mortal world.
As it,
You
as
said
it
this
should-
is like a fae?
Yeah, like a dark fey creature.
So they're this is where I
So
get
most
pretty
fae are like evil, right? Or neutral evil, something like that.
unpredictable.
There's different kinds of fey.
Okay.
Yeah, does our knowledge of what he is make me worried?
Well, I don't know. Would Calliope be worried about seeing a fey creature that, has to deal with the dead and guarding the paths to the afterlife?
She's pretty metal.
Nah.
Some weird parties in her day.
As the creature shows itself, Fury almost nonchalantly looks over, stares at it, and says, "Hi, weird thing. And then that's it. Just stares at it.
Roll initiative.
Um,
Can I roll can I roll an insight?
Uh-huh.
Or this time it actually works. This is a real thing. This is the time when it matters. It's a time when it matters, and I got a 1.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh no.
You find its motives indiscernible.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
I want to take a picture with the recording stone.
Nice.
Okay.
Activate.
Jeez.
So there's
You have to say cheese.
there's a bright
You gotta say cheese, baby.
You have to say cheese. Okay.
So there's a bright flash of light coming from Rhea's stone, and it, it seemingly takes a picture of this lampad.
I wonder
That's
if it's
standing
going to
next to the
show up in
Calliope.
the picture. Hmm.
Interesting.
Say it.
I point at the creature, then I point at the sarcophagus, and I say, "Are you here to find out whether you stay dead or not? You can go over there. It's right there."
The creature kind of walks a little bit towards you, Fury, and says, "Oh no, not at all, not me. No, I'm just an observer."
What are you observing, sir?
Us.
He says, "Well, right now, something interesting. To be honest, I haven't seen people here in quite a while."
I'll walk over to him. You're so pretty.
"Oh, why, thank you, young one, and you as well."
Well, that's nice.
You can
Well,
see this creature, and Rhea, you like notice this instinctually. You can see that in the shadows of this creature, there is like a background of sort of like the galaxy, right? The dark void of space and the colorful lights of stars in the distance, but only in the shadows that this creature produces.
I mean, that's how Rhea looks.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why you like recognize it.
Hmm. I say so. I see that we are cut from a similar cloth.
Oh, yes, we are. We all serve those who require our assistance. He extends a hand to you, Rhea, and he says, "Antiophys."
Rhea.
It is a pleasure, Rhea. I believe that we were brought here for a similar reason.
And what might that be?
Well, I'm here to return a bit of property.
To
So he kind of walks around the pit here and walks over and points at the sarcophagus, and he says, "What I'm looking for is right here. There's a wayward soul, and he needs to be brought back."
No. He does not need to be brought back. We're good. We're totally good, guys. That thing in there is probably going to kill us. What do we need to convince you that no, this is a perfect resting place for the thing, gentleman, woman that's in the casket.
He says, "Oh, what's in here is not resting at all. Well, yes, there is a dead body in here also. There's a corpse of some, human that is of inconsequence to me, but there's also something else hiding in here, something that escaped us."
Is that something evil?
He it kind of smiles and says, "No, it just doesn't belong here any longer."
What? There's not something there's not sense motive anymore, right? That's just insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
Can I roll another one of
anyone
those?
has detect anything?
Yeah, I can. I can do my divine sense.
Okay.
I'm gonna sweep it around the room.
What is it? What is it to detect again? I just don't remember.
Good and evil, like powerful good and evil. Anything affected by the Hallow spell, or near the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Okay. So you detect the following. You detect evil from Antiophys.
Great.
And you detect undead in the sarcophagus.
Okay.
I try to whisper over to Nicandros and Fury. I'm wondering if we should take care of the problem before they raise another problem.
What? I look at you and I shake a paw and I say, so what exactly are your intentions here?
Well, I'm saying that we should
Not you.
He says, well, unfortunately, I can't open the sarcophagus. That's all I really need. If we open it up
Nah.
and gather the creature inside, I can bring him back to Aethrios as is required.
Well, that doesn't sound too hard. I'm gonna try. I'm like completely. I completely trust him because he called me pretty. So
Sure.
there's that.
You probably should have brought a party with you if you didn't think you could get your job done.
Ooh.
Are you poking fun at a celestial being?
I'm just saying that here.
Hashtag just saying.
we're busy.
Did I say-
From my vantage point, I can see, at least with the light, that there's a sarcophagus in the room room to the north of us as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask, is it what is it?
Antiope.
Antiope.
I wrote it on the
What soul rests in there? And I point to here.
Oh, he says, oh, there are several, in fact. That's the main catacombs of this tomb. But they're all useless to me. Those are husks. My job is simply to return that which does not belong here.
Whoever you're searching for is in a sarcophagus and is dead.
No.
What job are you trying to perform here?
No, you see, this creature does not belong in this sarcophagus. This creature does not belong here at all. In fact, they will be returned to Erebos.
What creature?
It is, how do you say? It is an eidolon. You see, the returned, their souls are never truly brought back into their beings. That is why they have these emotionless faces and why they don't remember who they are. That's because their eidolons are still trapped in the underworld. Well, this one found its way out, perhaps through some crack in the system, and it simply, needs to be returned. It's, you take a glass out of the cupboard, you must put it back.
Can I roll a knowledge? Can I roll a knowledge religion for Eidolon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Nope.
18.
I rolled a 1.
18.
Seer, you are familiar with eidolons. They're rumored to be the memories of the returned. And it's said that if an eidolon could ever reunite with its returned, it's possible that returned would actually gain its memories and its self and its emotions back, and no longer be a returned.
So I say, Antiophys, who does this Eidolon belong to?
He says, honestly, there's no telling. The eidolons, they're so flighty and flittery. It's so difficult to even speak with them. They're more spirits than anything else. And honestly, the identity doesn't really matter. It just doesn't belong here.
And yet you, whose job it is to guide souls to the afterlife, you can't perform your job without our help.
Well, the problem is I can't open the sarcophagus. He leans up against it and he tries to push the lid, and he's all, look at these muscles. There's nothing. I'm too weak.
Seems like you need to skill up.
Yes, we're kind of busy. We're busy, killing things and taking images, and grave robbing.
That's the worst thing I think you could have ever told anyone that just encountered us. We're killing things, we're grave robbing, and we're taking pictures.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not
It's
some kind of like.
it's like a what's next? A snuff film? I don't understand.
What is taking
I'm not a
pictures?
debater or anything.
I left
Oh
for like
no,
why should
you
we help you?
obviously are not.
Do we? I mean, we know he's evil. Does it seem like he's going to do us harm if we move along without helping him?
Do you roll an insight check?
I did. Like a 6.
Like a what?
6.
6? You're not getting that impression. Seems like he just wants help.
And Tiophys,
Uh,
what is in this for us if we were to help you?
Well, great question. I don't really have any treasure or anything like that, but I'm sure what's ever in the sarcophagus, this man here, Orestes, he was, he was well liked. I'm sure there's like gold and jewelry and all kinds
Sorry,
of
can you
stuff
say
in
that
there.
name again, Antiophys?
Orestes.
Orestes.
Is that who's in the sarcophagus?
Yeah, so this is the Court of Orestes, if you recall, right? This was on the mask, right? The words that were inscribed, what led you here in the first place. Orestes was the scoundrel thief that was in the mosaics early on, Seer.
Right.
But he's in this sarcophagus.
Yes, this is his sarcophagus.
So you want to release what I believe to be like a phoenix is like chosen?
Right hand.
No. Phoenix has chosen Orestes, right? I mean, he was just one of his champions. He's long dead. He's in the afterlife. He has not returned any longer. He is here. This is a dead body.
it's just
I'm
like
saying
it's like a stowaway. A
But if
stowaway
his-
Eidolon
is in the
banging
sarcophagus.
around in that box.
Yeah,
If
see,
he's
this
dead-
beautiful satyr understands.
But if he's in the box, what's in the box? If he's in the box, and his corpse is in the box, the Eidolon is in the box as well. Why would we not believe that this would be like an undead in the making, like just that a never flinching, super strong undead?
It is an undead.
He points to the sarcophagus and he says, "Your Leonin friend here is correct. The Eidolon is undead. I think the confusion lies in the fact that this body here and the Eidolon, they are not related. He's just hiding in there.
To be
How did it
How
get
do
in
you
there?
know that? How do you?
Oh, he's a
how do you know
tricksy
he's
one.
in there?
Oh, I've been chasing him around this tomb for 50 years.
It took you 50 years to find.
Well, maybe not 50 years. Maybe a few years.
All right. So back to the
dead man in the
question of payment. We help you with this, and you've already admitted that you don't have anything of value on you, in the way of riches. So, what do we get?
I mean, don't you get the satisfaction of helping out someone in need?
I'm not here for satisfaction.
That and a gold piece will buy you a meal.
I
On
say,
the-
I
Okay.
say, Heliod's light has revealed you, friend. Your wickedness is laid bare.
He said, "Look, I am what I am. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a collector. That's all.
Who gave you the message?
Aethrios, like I said.
Is Aethrios evil?
Aethrios, the river guide? One second, buffering. That's a great question. Why don't you roll a knowledge religion?
I will. Yeah. Fuck me. No. That's a 1 again. Twice in a row.
goodness.
Same die?
Same die.
Okay, that die goes
But-
away, Bob.
Yeah.
Can I roll a knowledge religion?
Yeah, anyone can roll a knowledge religion.
20.
Oh, nice job. Aetherios is generally considered evil, but law abiding. He follows a strict code of of harboring these souls from the living to the afterlife, but and often is revered and often is placated with gifts and things because people want to make sure that they have safe passage across the river Tardix. But generally speaking, many of his clerics are evil. Yes,
I relay that.
and that's true for Erebos also. The
Seems-
the Hades of the Theros world.
Seems like a jerk.
Well, on the one hand, I don't see any particular reason to help you. On the other hand, an intimidating undead in there to kill does sound like a fun time to me.
I think we've had enough killing undead. I have.
They are a little boring to fight. You are right there, Rhea. So emotionless.
I
Roll a knowledge perception or what? Oh my god, my brain's
I know that the eyes.
What is your
I rolled a
knowledge of
32.
perception?
I know what a
32.
I know what a retina is.
roll a
He
lawnmower Jello shot.
Rods and cones.
So
Roll
roll up.
Roll
I rolled
perception,
Matthew
sorry.
McConaughey.
Don't worry about mine. Mine's all good.
Oh, babe.
Yeah, all trash.
You
You
said
can roll.
perception.
You could. Yeah, a perception.
18.
21.
17.
16.
I probably should have had you roll insight, but we're done, so we'll do what we did. If
But insight's so much better for me.
if you rolled over a 15, you can tell that the lampad seems to be getting a little more irritated and less like calm and casual as he was in the beginning of the conversation.
I kind of look across the water at Seer, and I say, like,
Hey, what's up?
You seem to know. You seem to know a little bit about what's going on in here. Like, we've been talking too much. What are we doing? Call it.
It's a lot of pressure. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I would my knowledge of what's going on drive me to say yes, we should release this eidolon and get rid of it and let it move on to the to its next, I don't know, destination, its final destination.
Sorry, rephrase that question, sir. What's your question?
So you say rephrase it.
Yeah, rephrase it.
From keeping in mind the knowledge that I have of the things that are down here, and other, secret dealings and whatnot, would I be able to, or would I know that it is imperative or not to release this eidolon and have it transfer on to its final destination?
So that
is it an affront to nature to not do that?
I see. It's definitely an affront to the natural order of things, right? Because this is like but so are returned in general, right? So it's the eidolons in general that come from returned, they're kind of the trauma of being separated from their body has left them kind of a little bit insane, right? So there are stories of eidolons who have like gone crazy, but sometimes they're just just absent-minded, and for the most part most of them end up either returning to the underworld in some way or fading into the Nyx at some point. It's not like there's like eidolon cities or eidolons hanging out like for a very long time.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, guys, and say we should help him.
All right, fine.
By killing him, then you can't kill him, Chris.
Gas fireball.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm happy that Seer has made a decision that I did not feel comfortable making. So, what's the move?
I start to open the sarcophagus.
I make sure to stand next to what's their how to say it again?
Antiophys.
Antiophys. I make sure to stand next to them in case this is some kind of trick, and I just kind of have my axe in one hand. Not threateningly, I just kind of like stand there.
Do we need could any one of us open the sarcophagus, or is this like some sort of group effort?
I don't know. You can try.
I'm trying to open it.
We have to go into the bone soup.
Okay, so yeah, you got to go in the bone soup. So it's pretty high. It's like 2 feet high again, right in this bone soup, and it's uneven ground because you're standing on top of bones. You know.
Sure.
Who's trying? Rhea?
Mm-hmm.
I'll try.
Rhea, roll a strength check. Actually, anyone who's trying, feel free to roll a strength check.
Easy to remember because my modifier is 0. So 11.
8.
17.
22.
Fury, are you trying or no?
No, I'm just standing next to this thing, and
Okay.
just in case something weird goes wrong.
Oh, it will.
So, Rhea, Calliope, Nicandros, you're pushing on this sarcophagus lid, and it seems very heavy. Calliope, you were able to kind of like shift it a little bit, and when you do, you can kind of see like a crack underneath. Or you've definitely like opened it, but like it took a lot of strength, and you're tired, and you can like you can see like maybe a few inches in like inside of it. And there's clearly like some sort of like body wrapped up in linen, things like that. Seer, when you push the lid after everyone else is like trying to do it, despite the fact that you don't feel like you put much effort into it, you're actually able to slide the lid off easily. So you guys see as Seer pushes the lid off to the side, as though it was an effortless task.
So glad I walked into this water for this.
Impressive.
So what's your routine? Curls or what do you?
As you
CrossFit?
do,
I imagine swimming.
I like walk
Swimming
over to the water, like walk out of the water.
as you do,
Great.
a creature emerges.
Excellent.
This creature is black as the night sky. It's glowing, sort of like an ebony, purple, blue sort of color. It appears to have an entire, featureless body that is covered in stars and like the galaxies in space and time and things like that.
You foreshadowed this on the illustration for this week. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
So, as it does, as this occurs, you see this creature kind of like, it seems to be kind of cowering in the sarcophagus, actually. And it looks up at Antiophys, and it seems scared.
Great.
Is this what you were expecting, Antiophys?
Antiophys seems to have like a smile on its face, like it's very happy that that you've opened the sarcophagus for it.
Uh-oh.
Calliope, next to you, you hear a voice. It's another one of those sort of very calming voices, and it says, "Oh, why, this is quite the exciting development."
I turn around and I take like 2 steps, just like kind of, I back up just a little bit. And I say, we got company.
So you guys see, standing next to Calliope is another one of these lampad creatures, just as unsettlingly beautiful, and it's standing there, like looking with somewhat greedy eyes at the eidolon that is cowering in the sarcophagus.
Who's your friend, Antiophys?
Oh, this here? This is more than my friend. This is my life partner, Kalisos. Say hello, Kalisos. Kalisto says, well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Uh,
I say, Eidolon, do you require protection?
The eidolon is like staring up, and it doesn't quite have like a featured face. You see, but you see the swirls of like the stars and the galaxies kind of like create an expression of sort of wide-eyed sort of fear, and it says, "Oh no, oh no," and Teofi says, "Well, I suppose we can, you know, drop the formalities now. Thank you so much for helping us out. We will be leaving shortly with this wayward soul."
uh-oh.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I feel like we made a
I
mistake.
say, creature, Eidolon, stand behind me.
The eidolon looks at you and listens to what you've said, and it appears as though it has some sort of trust in you. So you can see it kind of crawls out of the sarcophagus and stands between you and Seer. And Antiophys, he like shakes his head and he says, "This is no good. No good. This is not the deal that we arranged at all."
We open the sarcophagus.
You didn't.
I opened the sarcophagus.
I think it would.
We as a team. I mean, that's not.
I think it would be best if you left. And Kalisa says, "Yes, yes, I agree. I do think it would be best if you left."
Oh, we're not leaving.
Guiding bolt. I shoot guiding bolt at Antiophys. I start combat.
So you see Seer, his hands begin moving, and a glowing yellow light begins to kind of form in his hands, and he launches a bolt of light that flies through the air, and that is where we will leave it tonight.
Oh shit!
So good.
That was gross, but
That
fun.
was yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was gross, but like for personally better than snakes with snake butts.
I mean, it was still bone soup. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of bone soup in this adventure, so that's my review. Put it on our YouTube review of the adventure. Lots of bone soup.
Snakes is
Well, I have fun. Honestly, I'm having a good time. This is like
Me too.
a fun little hobby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was super fun.
Fun.
Yeah. And honestly, you know what I'm really enjoying? I'm enjoying seeing like some of this like familiar faces in chat like every week, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've definitely seen Sir Cavill like every time. I think he Trisma, Lurks, like they're here every time. Commander Root, I think I've seen
Yeah.
Time Cheat before. I think I've seen
Yeah.
WRX. I think I've seen them before. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and we have
Sure.
some new viewers too. So that's cool. No, I'm excited. I mean, this is fun. This is like, I highly recommend it to anybody who's watching on Twitch
Yeah.
or on YouTube later. It's a fun experience for me anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm having a great time.
It's nice to be able to play our characters and get to this interesting setting.
Honestly, I've enjoyed this adventure too. You know, just from a kind of a pre-made standpoint, this adventure is it's one of the better ones that I've seen come out.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that I've added for sure. We'll talk about that like kind of maybe at the end of this pre-made adventure, like what I added and what I had to change. But for the most part, a lot of it has been pretty good, and yeah. I don't know. Also, all these maps and tokens, I'm thinking maybe at some point I'll find some place to put them up so if other people want to run this adventure, they can, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
So,
Yeah.
Excellent.
well, anyone want to say anything before we head out? We lost Rhea. She disappeared.
She's gone.
All right, I'm right here.
That's all right.
Here I am.
I'd say
All
thanks for coming to the noodle shop, and we're having fun ass time.
Anyone got anything they want to plug or no?
If you are in high school, go to bed. You have school tomorrow.
Yeah. Also, if you know Channing Tatum, we're really trying to get him on stream. So
It's true.
if you do know him, it is up to you to reach out and tell him to come on to our stream.
Yeah. You work for C-Tates. You are C-Tates.
Yeah, you are his neighbor. You've once seen him at Starbucks, anything like that, and you can reach out. That'd be great.
Starbucks. You were an old customer of his at the strip club he worked at.
When he was practicing for Magic Mike.
Bill, are you ready to sing us out?
Oh, I forgot about that part. I don't know if I have a song today.
You
No.
always have a song.
All right, I'll make one
song,
up. Here we go.
song.
Okay, here we go. I can't even think about it. I just gotta go. All right. The Court of Orestes was something that we're pleased to enjoy. Wow, this is the worst one yet. There's 2 lamp pads hanging out. There's a sarcophagus with something inside. And soon we're gonna find out who made the right choices. Anyway, that was it. Episode 4. It was good. It's done. Bank it. Put it in the bank. Take it easy, everybody. We're out.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.